Well, I got a letter from OSHA, and I didn't read it. I actually just sent it out the cannon. I don't know what they could have written me a letter about, so then I put myself in the cannon, and all I know is that I got a call from Ada. Frackle had to translate for me, but I think I have to get rid of the cannons. I don't know that we can afford to keep them. That said, we're going to keep them as long as we possibly can. I don't want to get rid of them. Maybe we'll just keep these two, and then we'll use conventional tubing for anything in the future. But I gotta tell you that having these cannons is very nice. I also realized that I can just reconfigure the output to send myself anywhere else that I want to go. So, if we do decide that we want to go onto the other side of the map, all I have to do is do a spaghetti noodle around, and then we can launch ourselves. So I don't know. I think keeping the two cannons that we have is worth, and then everything else will just be normal tubes. So, fuck Ada, you know, fuck OSHA. We're ready to go. Let's get in. I'm dying, by the way. Hey, Vegas, good to see you. Only here for the jammies. Same, dude. Any jammies in chat? I'm in my jammies. That's for damn sure. One of the biggest perks of this job is I don't have to have any clothes on to do it. Okay, so today I do want to actually focus on productivity and progress. That's pretty good. It's too cold for jammies. The fuck? Quatchy, you like being at a cool 85 degrees at all times. Jammies are always needed. So what I do know right now is that our major goal at the moment is to get... Yep, it's to get the Space Needle project ready to go. We've got this automated and producing versatile framework, which is really cool. We need to produce 200 total. We are fueling that assembly machine there with just enough to make exactly 200, so we're not going to deal with, like, having enough. 500? What's 500 times 12? Jesus. Hey, Genshin. Dude, okay, so I've answered this question a few times, so I'm getting pretty good at it. Here's my thought. I think both games offer a very similar gameplay loop. 6,000, Jesus Christ. They offer a very similar gameplay loop. Both games are absolutely fantastic, with extremely active devs and constantly being improved over time. I definitely can't say that one is better than the other. I think that that would be an incredibly unfair assessment. If you had to choose one, the decision comes down to the following. Do you want more spreadsheet? And if you do, more spreadsheet and planning out in a Google Doc is Factorio. There's less tutorial material for Factorio. It's a lot more of just fucking figure it out, forehead. Which is not a problem, but it is a playstyle you'll have to be ready for. With Satisfactory, there's a lot more help mechanics in it. As far as I've seen as somebody who's played a lot of Factorio and a little bit of Satisfactory, you're going to be building a lot more individual things in Factorio. It's a game about bigger numbers than Satisfactory is right now. Satisfactory is more about trying to fit the factory into the 3D space. That's what Satisfactory really is about. That, to me, is the biggest part of the gameplay, is trying to figure out where am I going to fit all this shit. And having your plans change once you unlock an alternate recipe. Whereas in Factorio, it feels more linear. That said, Factorio has a very diverse mod base. Factorio has a very robust set of mods available to it inherently, not even having to do workshop, just within its own functionality, and it has pretty limitless gameplay. No, neither one is overly convoluted. If you're looking at a game that's going to have you build a factory, neither of them are going to be convoluted. But if you're worried about complexity in a game about building a factory, I'm going to probably put you towards Satisfactory because it is the simpler of the two. But that doesn't say much. But if you're concerned about complexity and complication potentially in a game like this, and it might not be the one for you. You want an easier chill watch a movie game. You want Satisfactory. Absolutely. That's what this game is. Factorio is a game where you have a time pressure. That's another one of the biggest differences, probably the most important one to you. In Factorio, unless you turn the biters off, you are under a time pressure that they're going to attack your factory. And you have to defend it actively. Automated defenses are difficult to get and a full perimeter, and they will not last forever. In this game, nothing attacks you unless you go into its territory, so you're actively going out looking for a fight. It doesn't come to you. So absolutely, Genshin, I would recommend Satisfactory for you. 100%. Yeah, I would say so, Fraggle. That's a really, really good point. The fact that this is third dimension means that I have another direction to... go if I find myself designed into a corner. I can go up if I need to get around something, which we've done many times, and that's exactly what we're doing over here, actually, is I don't know a way to get this into the system conveniently from the side here without getting in the way of everything else that I want to do. So we just put it on the bottom level forehead, and it just solves all of those problems. Okay. So a couple things that I want to do today. Glad we could help Genshin. A couple things I want to do today specifically is I want to make progress, and mostly I want to see if we can get the Space Needle done. So I'm going to go take a look at, well, I'm going to get the next project done. So let me go take a look at that and just see what it is that we require. Got a lot of random shit in my pocket, in my hands. Why not? Let's have the car there. Do I only have, oh man, I only have the one inhaler left. I really do want to get the last of the man. You know what? Fuck it, we're doing Caterium today. We're doing that. We're building our own Caterium today. We're getting that entire facility online. We're probably going to have to expand power to do it, though, because without any memeing, the cannons are extremely expensive. So we need 500 of these guys, which Fern helped us out as 6,000 steel beams that we need to bring over here, which we can do. We have them getting produced at a rapid pace over yonder at our steel facility. But this one... we only brought over like 1,000, so we need like a fuckload of these things. And if we need to produce 500, that's going to be 100 minutes. If this thing is always satisfied, it's going to be 100 minutes. So that's an hour constantly of being fed like this, 12 at a time every time it pulls out. So my biggest priority right now is just trying to keep that fucker fed, and that's just going to be a matter of getting this thing full of steel beams and hoping that we're producing as quickly as we're consuming. And I don't know that we are. I think we're only producing something like 15 a minute. We need to be producing 12 every 5 seconds. Oh, jeez. Which is, I think, a few hundred every minute. So, I don't know. Goodbye! I can't get rid of that. Quests and goals in this game? Yes, you have like 3 different things that are tracking your progress, if you will. Once I get back to my base, I'll show you. You've got what's called the man, which is a research. Oh, shit. Ugh, turn around. We're really in the early mid-game. I would say we're in the early mid-game. Hey, Crash, good to see you, friend. We're in the early mid-game, and I will say this, Genshin. At no point in this game have I felt frustrated or annoyed or not having fun. I've been having fun consistently the entire time, and it's kind of ridiculous. There are very few games that have ever given me that experience. We're never going to actually brown out, but we're going to get close, I think. We are operating dangerously close to our capacity. Dangerously close. We really can't add anything else. Yeah, it's also on sale right now. Absolutely grab it. Genshin, I think that you will very much not be disappointed. If you're looking for a game that you can just watch a movie and hang out and play and kind of space out with, this is it. It'll demand your attention every now and then when you're like figuring out, well, what do I want to place down? There's a little bit of mental planning you need to do, but it's not going to be something where you're having to look at a grid and then saying, this belt has to go exactly in this coordinate. You know, this object is going to take up these spaces, and how do I get these inserters to work? The biggest hurdle with just understanding Factorio is always going to be figuring out how the fuck you're going to get the belts and the inserters and the machines to actually work together, because with this you just have belt from machine to machine and that's it. In Factorio you have a belt that moves items, but you have an inserter that sits on the ground next to the belt that picks up off of the belt and places inside a machine. And figuring out those dynamics, it's extremely versatile. But for a new player, that's going to be the biggest hurdle in trying to figure out how things work. Your massage has been rescheduled twice in 2 days. Fern, fuck, man. Get a massage somewhere else. Oh yeah, we're doing stators over here. Let's grab another 100 just because we can. What I'm really here for are the steel beams, which luckily we're not taking out of any of these systems, so that's all we've produced, eh? Wow, this Space Needle project is going to take its fucking time, isn't it? You know why it's doing that is because we're not able to back the system up into anything else. Why don't we just keep it on one round of stators right now? How about we do that? Let's put that 7 back in there. Just trust me, this is fine. This is going to allow our system to back up. You know, I have not tried the Dyson Sphere program game. I'm really interested in it, though. I think if we decide that we want to do a factory game sometime in the future, that's probably going to be the one that we do. Because I'm interested in looking at it. I would also like to just do a Factorio playthrough for you guys at some point, but I probably would have to do some modded versions since I've played the fuck out of Factorio. I have the speedrun achievements. Let me put it that way. I have the Factorio speedrun achievements. I know how to build everything in the vanilla factory by heart at this point, so there really isn't much discoverability here. I think I'd have to work to make that entertaining to you guys. But doing something like Bob's Mods that makes it extremely more complex, you know, that I've never touched. I never did Bob's Mods. Or Angel's Mods or anything like that. Here we go. Interesting, Frackle could not get into Dyson Sphere. Frackle is our resident robot man. So Frackle isn't enjoying a game with good mechanics to engage, then that certainly says something. I really do want this to back up, and I'm starting to think that it's time to overclock. Or, what I think it really is time is to be able to expand our production by upgrading to Tier 2 miner. Because we can afford this. We can afford a lot of these. If we just upgrade everything to Tier 2 miner, we don't even worry about expanding our production, then we're going to be in a good spot. Honestly, okay. I don't feel like expanding power right now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one more voyage on the pipe cannon. And then we're going to disassemble it. Okay? And I know that's not as fun. But it is necessary. These things I have back at the base. You know what? There's another place that we've stored our steel beams that we might still have some. I don't know why I'm running back. What the fuck? I built a tube specifically to not have to do this. Interesting, Frackle. So it wasn't different enough from Factorio to seem like a meaningful change. Interesting. Okay. Goodbye. We've made a landing platform. There we go. I missed it! Oh, I'm alive. Never mind. Fuck you. It's just there for show, honestly. I thought I was dead for sure, but we're not. I think I've got steel ankles at this point. Okay. Yeah, because we can't be operating this close to our overload. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. If everything turns online, we're, oh Jesus, 150 megawatts over our limit. And I could very easily have more things turned on right now. I love the turbo tubes too. We've got to find some way to make it sustainable. Each individual entrance, I want you to know why this is fucky. Each individual entrance that we use in order to give ourselves the momentum stacking that we're doing to turn this into a proper fucking cannon. Each of these green bars is 10 megawatts. So this one cannon that is, I think, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is 80 megawatts. It's fucking massive. That's over one entire generator dedicated to keeping this thing running 24/7. I wish it only took that power when I used it. Like, that would be good. We could make a separate generator loop just for cannons. Like, there's no reason we couldn't do that. We could just expand power. Honestly, we get a tier 2 drill on the coal down there and we just split it off because it will double the output there. Yeah, switches or something would be good to be able to turn this section off until we need it. The problem is I don't know how to then, once I'm over there, how do I turn it off by that point? There we go. What is the cannon for? Great question, Rice Noodle. The cannon is for adventure and sightseeing. Oh, geez. But also probably I love that we dolphin dive. We land in the water and we dolphin dive. It's just the best, man. What I'd love to do is have a cannon loop that just launches me into another cannon entrance that then sends me back, and we just continue going faster and faster. Yeah, redstone circuits and clocks would be good, man. But the ability to, like, turn it on and then go. Because that's why we built those capacitors that we did. Oh. Nope, too early. Oh! I was definitely gonna overshoot it, so I used my gun, which is obviously a thruster. It was too powerful. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, so hold on. This is why we have to get rid of these cannons, is because I can't be trusted. Okay, yeah, we'll just do that. So anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if there is going to be something in the future that allows us to really work with that. Let me check. Let's see. Equipment? Parts? No. Statues? Definitely not. Foundations? No. Attachments? Nope. Walls? Organization. Because there's a light control panel, but I don't... Controls all lights connected to the power grid attached to the light power connector. Other control panels and power switches interrupt the connection. So I can put a bunch of lights into a light switch on the wall, which is really fucking cute, but I don't think this is going to work for trying to turn cannons on and off. Because I do just want to be able to separate the cannons out. Like, turn both of this... If we do have both of these cannons on a loop, on their own loop connected to two switches. One switch here. We just put it like on this wall, turn on. We would need, both switches would have to be, like, it would never work. It would have to be a toggle. It wouldn't be a switch, because there would be no way logically to be able to tell that, because if both are off, I turn this one on, this one turns on, and then I get over there, I turn that one on, that one's on, but this one's still on. Like, I need to be able to turn this off from over there. That's the whole point. That's the whole conundrum, is that I can't turn this off once I've left it. Right, Caterium, that's right. Oh, I didn't mean to go in. Never mind. Oh, I lost my head. Am I okay? Oh, God. We need to go get, Caterium online. So let's be prepared to make... some drills. And I know the Caterium is over in this way. It's over here. We found it before. There it is. Oh, and another. They're really close together. We actually have two. A hand-fed cold generator could work, but it's something that would have to be constantly powered. I don't want to do that. All right, let's go back and get our Caterium. Honestly, we could probably go this way. Never mind, we're not going to do that. That's the brakes, dude. If we just have to time it right. I keep thinking there's going to be more of a delay when I push the trigger, but it's almost like we get the momentum loss before then. I do just need to smack into a wall and have some brakes there, as opposed to having a paid-for, landing pad that we never actually use. That's where our power drain is. That and the jump pads we're not using anymore. 300 meters, 400 meters this way. Let's do this one. We'll have a Caterium tower. Yeah, we're going to be doing hypertubes all over the place. But for now, we're just doing a hyper cannon. I really am enjoying it. All right, let's go look. We probably should heal if we're going to come out here, because we're probably going to have to defend ourselves from some fuckers. Oh, I have one more. Nice. Got to keep our gun out. Fuck. We've already cleared it, though, so it's just a matter of finding it again. It's right over here. It's up there. Of course it is. There we go. Yeah, the hypertube is super nice. We're going to definitely be using them pretty much en masse, because we know we can afford many of them. Okay. The fact that I have ladders now is really cool, because I can just build a foundation with a ladder, and I don't have to worry about the, Oh, shit. You're still alive. Really, I could just boop them. It's the big guys that I'll want to use a gun for. But these guys, meh. Okay, so it is only a normal Caterium as well. I wonder if the other boy... What if the other one that's only like 150 from here or so? It's 100 meters this way. Let's go check, because if it's a pure, then we're going to prefer that one for sure. Here we go. What? I feel like we just scanned it and it's already gone. Did I miss? I have to go around, but... Hello? Oh, it's under. What? How interesting. It's 103 meters this way. The fuck are you doing? Throwing me off a cliff. It's bizarre that it says 107 meters, but it's clearly right there. Am I dumb? Am I having a fucking stroke? What's going on here? Is it underground? I'm fine with that. I want to know. Mobs respawn if you don't have a powered factory nearby. Oh shit, it's here. That's right. Oh yeah, we need explosives for this. It's also only normal. Okay. But we need explosives for this. I don't know why I couldn't see this. Okay, so... We do have some beacons. I'm going to go ahead and mark this. Okay, enter name, Caterium Uwu. The beacon color needs to be, I don't know, we'll do like yellow. Gold. Perfect. So we've got some Caterium over here now that's actually properly marked. So we need to get some drills up here. Oh good, we have both of these. Now we're probably going to do... tier 2s on this. I can't imagine why we wouldn't. I didn't pick up any steel pipes. Okay. I need to grab steel pipes from the main base. We're not that far away. We're not that far away. Man, I wish I had the fucking dune buggy, man. We have to finish this entire tier of Space Needle project before we can do that, though. Really sad. So the enemies respawning is interesting. I'm glad that they do, because I thought that they were not respawning. And the result was terrifying. Because it meant that their body parts were precious, limited resources. But if that's not the case, then I'm fine with that. Well, in they go. I don't know that we're going to have enough steel beams to be able to produce all this. Because I put in 1,200. I put in 1,200 to begin with, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be down to like our last stack-ish. Yeah. Oof. It's over here. Plates, probably out of rods over here. Nope, still going on that. Good deal. We have a dump chest over here that I put all of the steel products into, so we're just going to hold this here. But let's see if we have any more beams. Not really. I was expecting more beams. We've got pipes, though. Pipes are good. Let's grab some of this. Let's grab just some wire so we have some on us. And then we're going to use this as a proper dump chest for all the stuff that we don't want to hold on us all the time. We're really low on iron plates, and I need to get a machine up that's going to make iron plates for us again, because being that out is not good. Not good. We also don't really have the power supply right now to expand. I think getting the hypertube set up properly is going to actually be a valuable use of our time. So as much as I hate to do it, you know what? Never mind. We're keeping this one. The other one can go, though. Are we? Fuck. Okay. We have to get rid of it. C'est la vie. It's very sad, but we will be able to keep a tube. That will get us down there. And if we hold the W key, we'll go pretty quick. Listen, we had our fun, and once we do have a proper massive surplus of power, we'll be able to afford these cannons. And believe me, we will have cannons. Jesus Christ, it just keeps going. There we go. We will have a We probably will still have it be over here. Right here is good. If you press F and hold control, you can deconstruct multiple things at once. Nice, Xander. Cool. I had no idea. I mean, clearly, but... Let's do support here. I kind of like the idea of it being... You know, like it faces down like this, and then we're just going to go yoink all the way down to the bottom. And then we travel. We travel there. Let's see how we're going to get that set up. We kind of have to connect it to something, though, don't we? The pipe is too long. Yeah, I've heard that before. You know what? Floor is too steep. It will let me get down to, like, right there. If I built a platform... If I built a... Oh! Holy shit. It accepted that. Holy shit! Nice! Okay, so let's get an entrance on this, and then we'll be able to power this. Let's get down there. Whoa. It's like the drop on the beginning of a... That's good. That's going to be some nice G-forces. Here we go. We could do that, Crash. I'm planning to get the whole thing fully powered, though. I don't intend to have anything on a burner, a bio burner. I really hope to not need any more except to expand the power facility. Like seed power, but that's pretty much it. All right, now that we've broken our neck at the bottom of the jump here, we're going to get this to go right there. Because we don't like clipping. I would like to go over this thing. I think this is in memory of the fallen, you know? There we go. Use it to go up? Yeah, of course we will. Of course, yeah. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. That's the beauty of it. There we go. Let's get this set right here. Because we want to be able to drive under it once we get cars and stuff. So I'm actually going to raise this up here. And I'm honestly thinking that we have it drop off right here, and then we have another pickup next to it that sends us over to that side. Yeah, we're probably going to do it that way. No, hold on. There we go. See, I think that's cute. I think that's really cute, because we can have an entrance right here that goes, take me home, you know? And then we have another entrance right there that takes us all the way down to basically where the cannon is, that will connect us to where this tube entrance is. And I think that we actually take that section and route it back. We could probably just go from here over to the steel thing and just keep that tube, instead of emptying right there on the beach, just have it come all the way down to here. I think that's what we do, and then get rid of that cannon. So let's get an entrance on this guy. And then connect it to really anything. You're good. Cool. Let's just try it. It does take us. It's not nearly as fast, but it is safe. It definitely prefers going down. You build momentum when you go down, that's for sure. Like, I love that you can go faster than your minimum speed. We land right on our head. So with this, we just run forward and off we go. Dude, getting down there is so fast. Because we get all that momentum. Dude, it's like a roll. It really is like a roller coaster. And then we... Oh, that killed us! That's gonna kill us! We do take damage. Our velocity is too great coming out the end. What the fuck? Hold on. We have to test this, or Mama OSHA's gonna get pissed off at us. I don't like how long it takes us to get up here, but it is what it is. The fact that we don't end up clipping through the tube on our way through is incredible. What a majestic creature. Yes, we have the tube dolphin. Okay, and then like start slowing down here. Oh, we still take damage. Like that's not sustainable if we do that. I suppose if we were to tilt this to where we go a little bit more forward instead of just straight fucking down, that would probably be safer. Because we do need to get that figured out. I mean, the whole point of setting up this version of the tube is that it is not going to kill us if we use it, you know? I think if we just have it not dump us onto the ground, but it would just get spat out on our feet, I think we'll be fine. Because we can drive under that, we just can't drive under this, but I think that's going to be okay. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's add one more section so that we could potentially drive under that. Here we go. There we go. Because if we do something like this and it just, like, I think this is fine. Like, we need to spit it out in a place where we can actually get to it as well. I don't dislike the idea of this, but I really would rather end up sitting here once we're done. Like, this is fine. I don't think that actually changes at all the scenario that we had before. It does give us more time to, more time to slow ourselves down. I honestly think landing in the water there is an answer. Just like do a straight down, just dunk into the water. I mean, we could inject ourselves down into a landing pad of goo, but like just landing ourselves down right here could also be good. And then to get home, we just jump in to the pipe. I mean, that could be an answer. Let's try that for now. We've been doing cannon stuff, though. Can we make it face up so we jump in? Yeah, we could, but it would also eject us up once we come out of it, which is a problem. Okay, we are going to raise you. Actually, we could probably just do that. Let's just do that for now. Y'all are suggesting things that are obviously going to get me killed. I see it. There we go. There we go. If you want to see me die to cannons, you need to watch yesterday's VOD. Yeah, I really do wish it was faster going up, but it'll get us home safe, and it's definitely faster than doing the jump pads. Actually, I don't know if it's faster than doing the jump pads that we have over there. Oh, no, I'm looking the wrong way. I love that you can do this, though. Okay, and try again. If I just don't touch anything. If I just don't touch anything. Oh, shit. We're going to Narnia, dude. Okay, let's, that's a great addition. It's a much safer bonk, I agree. Let's do a ramp, actually. We're going to do a big-ass, thick-ass ramp right here. Just like that. And hopefully that does not murder us, but it should allow us to land right here. And I don't know if we're allowed to put a foundation here, no. But you know what we can do is a railing. Just a fence right there on top of the ramp, dude. That's a fucking big brain move right there. What? Oh, because I'm poor. Hold on. I think I'm too poor to make rods, too. I never have rods. I never have rods. This is what fences were made for. Okay. It's time. This is the kind of technological advancement that they hired me for. This is what they wanted, okay? R&D doesn't know shit, okay? They sent their best R&D agent out into the field, and I'm creating technology of the future. Yeah, this will get us there. I do love that we just land on our forehead. Okay. Jesus Christ, I do feel like we're gonna clip out of the fucking tube, though. It worked! Brilliant. Brilliant. And then I'm pretty sure that we could have the other tube just land here, so I could just like we land like this and we just go around and we're off to the next section. It just goes on the back of the pumps here. I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's set up a 5 here, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Okie dokie. No clipping. No clipping. Okay. And then we're going to take this motherfucker all the way down there, as far as it will let us go. As far as it'll let us go. Just one long tube, boy. Okay. Encroaching something else's clearance. We're probably going to have to build it there on the bottom, but stay away from the pumps. Not encroaching. Not encroaching. I don't think we're going to get not encroaching. If we could ride on top of this, that would be great. Just go on top of the pump. I think that's what we're going to do. Let me up. Let me up. Eh. Here we go. Should be able to climb this thing. There we go. Okay, so I want to get... I mean, it'd be nice if the tube could reach over here, but it's going to encroach on the pump. The problem... Well... Oh, fuck. Always stuck. Never free. Yeah, I mean, this thing is the problem, honestly. I probably just need to route it further that way. That's the answer. Splash, splash, splash. This is just too close. As cute as it is. Not a support. Ugh, I don't want to be in the water. Listen, we gotta fix all the mistakes of our previous episodes. That's what happens here. I think the stackable tube supports could be... Fuck off! The stackable tube supports could be okay. I think the solution is just to push this further down so that we're not trying to clip off, because like we put it right here. So no matter where we try to get it going this way, it's always going to collide with this. So we just need to get this down where it's going to be just further along. Like right here's fine. Here's fine if we could just get it to not... actually, if we were to do something like this, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. We don't want anything to clip. I know that most people probably don't give a fuck about clipping in this game, but I do. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we can go underwater. I'd love to try. If it let... Okay, listen, it looks like it's going to let me go underwater. So we're going to try it. Yeah, it's not saying no. Ah! It's not saying no, so yeah, we're going to do it. Hell yeah! 100% that's what we're doing then. Because, I mean, it's going to be a pain in the ass if we try to add a power supply area over here, which I think we are, but... We don't need to build this over water. I probably will just build another vertical point above this. And then just put another row of 8 on top. That might be what we do. All right, let me get down here. Avoid the temptation. Avoid the temptation. Okay. So I don't know if we can reach that from over here. But we must try. Fuck! No, take me back. Really, it needs to connect to this thing over here. Like, this needs to go... This needs to go... Because we don't want to land over here. We want to land all the way over on that thing. So we want to get a hypertube connected to this thing, and then it's supposed to go all the way down there. But if we can get it to where it lands just like this, and if we can get those two connected. So we do this and we run along the platform. But if we can then get those two connected... No! Oh! Goodbye! Okay, well, I guess we're going back to the main base for a minute. God damn it, dude. I backed my ass into it. I didn't mean to. I guess we get to ride this one again, though. Chase the rebar. We'll get another test. Just as conclusive as the previous one. Okay, we can put an entrance on this one so it'll just launch us accidentally whenever we get to wherever we're trying to go. Glad that these things have these platforms on the back here. I might be able to reach all the way down there. Maybe not. Let's see. We just have to not get sucked up into anything. We should be able to connect. It's going to be too long. Okay, so we just need to put another one down here at the bottom. I really would like to keep it under as long as possible. Do I own a spoiler on how to use the build gun underwater? No! Ugh! No, I'm good. Thanks, though. Okay. Cool. So now we should be able to get from base to power station to steel tower, and then back and forth. And then we can get rid of this, but we're going to ride it one more time. I need to put entrance on this side, but I do want to ride this one last time. That last ride is always going to be sweetest, but like, look at all of our... Look at all of our tube there. Fuck off. We don't need this anymore. Not that we ever used it. Alright. Let's write it down one more time. Add an entrance to that one section, and then we'll be good. I was thinking also in the shower that we could probably fit one tube to go up the center of this. So we have an elevator that takes you from the top to the bottom, and the stairs are used to go in between any of the layers. And we'll probably have several different sets of staircases, just kind of wherever we can find an open slot, an open cell. If there's nothing that needs to go there, put a stairwell up or down. Enjoy Din-Dins, Fern. God, what is this, Black Ops? Goodbye. Okay, I love that that works. It shouldn't, but it does. And I super appreciate that it does. All right, you can connect. Apparently, no, you can't connect. There you go. Fuck it, we'll do it right there for now. All right, off we go. Oh, very nice. Yeah, we get a couple sections that allow us to go faster. Oh, this is good. This is getting us around real quick. And every time we want to do a junction, we can. We just have a terminus, and then we put the new tube up. It costs us 20 megawatts every section that we do that with, but it's worth it, because it basically gets us a tram. Oh yeah, not in here anymore. We do keep 100. Then it backs these up into here. Cool. And it's continually producing these. We need to grab these whenever we come over here. Okay, so that's good. So we know that the tram station's working as intended. Now what needs to happen, and Shabby left a comment on the other video that we have a tier 1 belt still up on the copper, which is the case until we go to upgrade it, either to overclock it or to replace it with a 2-2 miner, which is really what we want to go around and do. Delete existing miners and upgrade them to tier 2s. I mean, once we have the power supply. So let's go delete the other hypertube and then see what our power is looking like. Let's go see what our power is looking like. I'm excited for the next Space Needle project to be done because I think it's going to open up a lot of really cool stuff for us. Here we go. Oh, that's perfectly fine. We will not splat into this at all. No, we'll be safe. Perfectly safe. Okay, and get rid of the cannon, which is down there. Oh, we actually have to run down there now. There we go. So let's practice what we were given by chat there. Use control when we're in our unbuild menu. Oh, so it takes, does it, no, it's just the one, oh, I see. So you can kind of scan over what you want to destroy. I see, this is good. So if I just hold down control, and then I do that, it gets rid of all of that. You know what, that is really nice. Until I, you know, scan over something I don't want to destroy, and then we're really fucking sad. But for the most part, that's fine, and if I'm really careful, I think it'll be fine. Now that's good. That is a lot easier, especially for these hypertube sections that have like 12 goddamn portions for every little part of them. Very nice. Can tap control too. Oh, I see. So if I just press control, it will select it for me as part of the group selection. Okay, that's really good. Thanks for the info. Anything about controls, for the most part, yeah, I want to know. Quality of life features, controls, stuff like that. Yeah, please share. That'll be good. I appreciate you guys helping out. Okay, so now our maximum is finally under our capacity. So we're only using about 400 out of 600. So as much as we do have 200 to spare, and that's nice, I would like to expand this out. Proceed to slide when sprinting, yeah. Yeah, we've, oh, can I get under the conveyors? I thought this would be too short. I know I can slide under the pipes. I can get under them, very nice. Yeah, I knew I could slide. I just thought that I would only be able to get under the pipes. Very nice. Now that does help. I'm jumping over the conveyors, but these guys, there's no way. Okay, so at this point, we've got our main transit network set up between our 3 points of interest, major points of interest on the map. What needs to happen now is I need to get a bunch of miners created, and I also need to supplement some of our... Okay, here's what I need to do now. I need to get all of the iron hooked up into this. All of it just needs to go into this facility. We need to upgrade everything to tier 2 belts, which includes moving some of these. These two guys need to move, and on the opposite side, those two need to move. They need to be shifted out one so I can meet the belt in the middle. Then what needs to happen is probably actually we're going to upgrade everything to tier 3 belts. We're just going to upgrade everything to tier 3 because it only takes steel beams, which we have plenty of. Then we need to get a copper tower going. We're going to do the same thing over on the copper tower. We take all the copper that goes in there. Every bit of copper on the map except for this outpost over here. All the copper that's over there is going to go into that tower and be processed there. And we're probably going to end up actually just redoing this entire thing. Are you guys okay with me doing that? Great, thanks. We also need to get rid of these guys because we're going to use the... Here we go. Dude, can I route power through the hypertube or along it? Can I do that? Doesn't look like it. I could route it next to it, which would be really cute. But no, we're going to leave the existing power line there. Okay, let's... Yeah, we're good there. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. So let's get back up to the top. Yeah, it would be really cool if there was like an attachment to the tube that would allow you to put a power pole there or power line along it. It does just slurp us out of the water, man. That's pretty good. Okay. So yeah, let's do some organization back home. Let's get that cleared up. Because really what we're waiting on right now is production of steel beams. We're just waiting on that to produce the full 6,000 that's needed, and that is just going to take time. But getting some of our infrastructure set up better over here is, I think, going to be not only cool, but necessary. One thing I want to do is set up some temporary storage facilities so that we can, like, because we're going to have to be moving a bunch of these types of facilities over here. Because I want to redo this entire thing. This entire thing has got to get redone. Because we can do it nicer, and I do want to do it nicer. So it's going to be a bit of deja vu, but that's going to be kind of what we're doing for I imagine, most of the remainder of the evening. So let's just place a few of these that could be used as temporary storage for what we already have being stored in there. That should be enough. We're actually going to put everything out of our inventory that we don't need. Just store it all. And then we're going to dismantle everything over there. We're going to start with these belts. We're going to upgrade these to tier 2 miners. Like, we're going to completely do our foundational infrastructure here. And I'm excited for that, actually. I'm quite excited for that. But we're just going to start from the beginning of the production chain, and that's it. We're going to be getting rid of a lot of these power poles as well. I don't want Yeah, all of this stuff needs to shut down, but I don't want to get rid of our access to the power facilities down there. So we're not going to get rid of all the power lines because we don't want this stuff turning off. That is red. Let's go check that out. Let's go check that out. What does white mean? What does a white light mean? I've not seen a white light yet. This feels like it's not producing correctly. Something about this feels wrong. Almost like there should have been a third one here. White means overclocked. Gotcha. Okay. So this guy's red because it has no power. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why is this out of power? Everything should be connected. Everything should be connected. You know what? This connected to that pole right there, which was only connected through the network the other way. So we just need to reorganize some of this stuff. But I'm going to eventually get the stuff moved over to its own facility. But that's part of what we're working on here. Okay. That should be connected through. We don't want to lose power, so I'm only getting rid of some of the poles that I know we can get rid of. But, like, these need to go. We're going to use the proper ports as well. I do not want to use the control thing over here. Yeah, this is all going, all of it. We're not keeping any of the old infrastructure. We're just going to completely redo it. This part I really do enjoy. In Factorio, until you get bots, the refactoring of your factory feels really fucking tedious. Just because everything has to be done one-on-one by hand. And because there are so many individual components, and it's also finicky that it has to be set up in very specific configurations, it can get really tedious really quickly. All right, so here's why we have those spare containers, is that we're going to be doing a whole lot of this. Where all that iron ore now needs to be put in a box somewhere. So that's what we're going to do, is just get each of these and store everything in here as much as we can, then fill up the next one. Because there's no more input either, there is X amount that's within the system right now, and I'm pretty sure... Because we're going to be putting pretty much the same system together again, but we're going to be doing tier 3 belts. And I think the bigger storage facilities, too. I don't know if I want that big of a buffer. Maybe for the iron ore, I don't. I don't know that I want an iron ore buffer. No, I definitely do, because it's a station for me to be able to pull out if I want to take it over to steel for some reason. Or if I want this iron to just be iron. I don't know. I think that we're going to end up using a lot of steel, not just iron. We're going to keep the platform, but these walls are going to go as well, so maybe I do use control. I think for the walls we will, because we could just do like... Because I don't know if that roof is going to be good enough. We spent some time building this, not too much though. This is good. You just have to be very careful where you're painting your cursor. This is the real... Seems that there's a limit there, 50. Okay, I see. Okay. Because we'll come back and fix this later. As long as we don't have any floating boxes, we're good. We'll come over here and grab all this stuff here in a minute. Let's go ahead and drop this stuff off. Because we've got like 2 places of limestone as well that are also producing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. we might need more. We are almost certainly going to need more. Okay. Get rid of our stairs, beautiful as they are. We know that there's going to be a hallway here, so we'll start our production right over here. But I want this to be walkable as well. We'll do a door, and we're not going to ramp down. We're just going to pave this way. And eventually we'll have a ramp, but that's going to be like to a garage that will then drive out to the rest of the world in. But we're not going to... is there a take all button? Usually it's like R or something. I mean, obviously there's the physical fucking button on the UI, but it'd be like a hotkey. So that would be convenient. One of these boxes is going to fill my inventory. It's just going to be a doomsday box. Any other floating boys? You're a floating boy. I do want all of this stuff. I don't want any waste. Fix it doesn't waste, and neither does Mico. Well, that's full. While we're here, because I don't know where the hole is going to be, we're going to go ahead and put the foundation back. Just for now. Okay. So let's go dump this stuff real quick. And that's the iron ore. So if we just do the iron ore now, then we'll be good. Because we don't have to put everything over here before we can start building stuff. But we are going to put all this iron ore back into the system before we build the drills again. So what do we need for that? I think the storage facilities are just... Really, it's going to be iron plates as far as I can tell. Iron plates, pipes, or the rods. I don't think I want to do these containers for... I mean, let's think about this. No, it's going to be fine. The system that I have set up with the 6 storage containers, that carousel, I think is good. I think that carousel design is fine. We're going to keep doing that. So what does the single thing require? Okay. Let's just grab all of those materials. And that should be it. There's nothing down here, is there? Okay. Just sort for convenience. I can't think of anything else I'm going to need to be able to build this stuff right here, right over here. How much concrete do we have, by the way? Oh, wow. Nice. Should we keep this filled? It takes steel beams to do this. I think we just kind of let that be for a minute because we've got enough steel beams for the moment. Okay, so we know that the wall is going to go here, so I'm going to at least place real quick, just a wall for ourselves. And I never do doors on corners, so... Oh, shit. I need concrete first. Luckily, it's right there. Okay. So we're going to do that. We can put a door here if we want. I think that we should. Center door is good. Actually, a left door would be nice. Okay, other left. Nice. So now we can go through here, and that's going to be good. We'll put windows on the second level, I think. But the carousel is going to go in here, which means that we need to actually get rid of this guy. And this is going to be shifted over just one. Yeah, if concrete only stacked to 100 crash, I think I'd lose my damn mind. I think I would absolutely lose my mind. Okay, so we're going to do some containers. We've set one of these up before. We're going to make our ultimate version now. And I do like it going clockwise. Let's do clockwise. I know the other... They both have gone counterclockwise so far, but let's do clockwise. Okay. And if I remember correctly, we're going to do a splitter. Right here. No, this is a combiner. Do we combine? There we go. There we go. And then we do one space in between here for the splitter. Which we can't do because of fucking cables. Okay. Let me go get some cables. These will not be here once we're done with the main setup. We are getting close to the point that I kind of want to start painting stuff. You know? But not exactly right now. Oh, shit. I mean, that's kind of what this is for, is that we can get back here. It ain't pretty, though. Okay, and next up is this guy, which we can do one space in between. Okay. And then we do a container one space away. That way we can always see in between. And here we do a container, I think it's more than one space away. No, because that's right on the center. And if we do the other container right here, we cannot access the belt in between. So we need to do this one more to the right, and we need to get this one down and push it one more to the left and see if we can get to the belt in between the splitter and the container. Like if we can, oh yeah, there's no way. We're going to be able to put a belt in there and then access it later. There's no way. So this probably needs to go to the left again, which it can because the elevator shouldn't clip if we push this one more. And this is the kind of measurement that we're looking for. So 9 goes here, and 9 needs to be just one past. The elevator should still be able to get to it. Like if we do 8 right here, Yeah, it connects up just fine. I mean, right on the edge, but it's there. No, we can't crash. I've tried, because if we go into the other side where these two things are too close to each other, it doesn't work. That's why we're doing it over here this way. Okay, and then this goes in from here and splits out. So now we've got this, and they're just far enough to be able to connect to each other. And we're going to do tier 3 belts through here, but for now I'm going to get this set up just the way it is. We should be able to keep both of these this way. Should be nice. We could do smaller carousels. Honestly, we could have the carousel just be 4 ports, where it's in and out there, and do a corner, and I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea. But we're fine with what we have. Okay, so, let's see. It matters that in the loop we have a, is it the splitter or the, goddamn, which one do we have first? What are you? Doesn't tell me. The silver one is the splitter. The orange one is the merger. Okay. Yeah, 1 in, 3 out. 3 in, 1 out. Okay. Is a carousel a mechanic from Factorio? Yeah, if you want to have a rotating supply, you can do carousels in a lot of cases. You don't necessarily need to, but this allows us to have a rotating supply. What it really does is, in lieu of having arms to be able to pull off of a belt or pull out of these systems, we need a way to be able to inject and pull out of this storage facility from multiple ports. This allows us to have ports in our storage, multiple ports in our storage. That's what this carousel design is meant to do. I don't know if there's another way to do that. This is my solution for the moment. So we want to put this one way here, and we're doing combiner first. Nope, wrong. We're doing splitter first. Yes. Okay. And then combiner after. Really? Yeah, silver then orange. You're off, by the way. Fuck's sake. Major, it's off by 1. Here we go. Should be good. Perfect. And then we put our 2 storage units. What? Oh. Get out of here, you stupid belt. Yeah, all this is going to need to go. All of it. I mean, all the way down to the end. It's just going to go. Because I want to be able to have individual... Like, I want these big hallways with the glass down the middle, and then we're going to have small hallways in between. It's like there's going to be a full single panel that goes in between these two things. Okay. And... Okay. Yes. Okay, so storage. Sorry, fucking brain stopped working there for a second. One space is enough. No, there we go. Good. I love that they have these guidelines. I mean, it just makes it so much easier to be able to tell where we're going. All right, silver first. I don't know how far it goes, though. Fuck. So 9 will go here just slightly past the edge. We'll point out that way. There we go. And then you will go right in the middle. Perfect. We'll connect these with belts later. For now, let's just get the splitters up. Okay, silver will be first. 0. Okay. And then this, trying to remember which one I'm working with. Splitter or combiner is the hardest part. Getting some lights in here is going to be really nice too. Do I use a carousel for every step of production? No. Anywhere that I'm going to reasonably need this material to go different places, yes, I will. And the only reason I'm doing it for iron ore is that I don't know if in the future I'm going to want to do steel production over here. So if at this stage in the resource... hold on. Don't crash me. It didn't do it. Nice. Okay. So it's basically like a flowchart. If I have iron ore, it's only going to go one place, then we directly belt in. We don't do a carousel. But if my iron ore is going to go to iron, but also steel, then yes, we carousel because it gives us multiple ports. So if I ever need to split from that line in the production, from that point in the production, that node in our production line in our factory, then yeah, we're going to carousel. Because that allows both of these to autonomously pull from the same resource, and as long as I know that my rate into this node and my rate out of this node is balanced, I don't have to worry about anything else. It's going to allow everything to work a little bit more dynamically, and it's going to give us a very easy to organize factory, because it doesn't matter how long this belt is, you know, either of these, it doesn't matter how long they are, where they go, as long as they go into these nodes, these are the only anchor points that we have to worry about in the entire factory. It's a load balancer. Yeah, it functions as a load balancer, a buffer. It allows us to centralize our supply chain to just these nodes, and I have to focus on very specific few areas, and everything else is dynamic. So if I know that I'm going to have, what the fuck is it going to be? It's going to be 540. If I know I have 540 in, I'll know that all of my production going out cannot exceed 540 out. So that just creates a very simple way for me to be able to balance all of my in and out there. Am I gonna add horses to the carousel? Fuck yeah, dude! Grab a pole and get to work. All right, let's add our storage container here. Never mind, psych. We're not building shit. Yeah, I don't know if there's another method that's going to make it easier to do later. But right now, the only logistical solution in my mind is the carousel. In Factorio, it's not an issue because you can attach to any line as many inserters as you want, and the belt has a certain amount of throughput. If your hand is going to be able to transport 120 items per second or minute, not second, 120 items per minute, then you know that anything after that point is operating on a negative 120 deficit versus its input. So you know that drain is coming off at the point of that inserter. With this, you'd have to use a splitter to do that. So we use that effectively as arms pulling off of the main belt. Like, because in Factorio, what you would do is you would have a river, and it's called a bus. But you would effectively have a river of like 4 lanes of iron, 4 belts of iron constantly flowing. 4 belts of copper constantly flowing. You'll probably have a belt of green circuits constantly flowing. And eventually, as you add on other things, you'll have steel over here. You'll add on a line for batteries. And this is called your bus. And then as you need materials, say for this building down here, okay? I'm building a building down here that's going to make, I don't fucking know, inserters. Okay, so I'm going to make inserters down here. Well, I need iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divert this line. I'm going to split this line, and I'm going to divert it, and it's going to dolphin dive under these other belts, and then it's going to insert into this factory. Okay, and then I'm going to also need green circuits. So you would never put your green circuits on the far side. You'd probably always put them right in the middle or right on the outside because you need them for everything. But you get the point. You would divert this all the way down into your thing, crossing under each of the other lines, so that we're just pulling out of this main system. But we know after this point, we have, a minus off of this particular line, minus some amount of iron, and we know off of this point we have, minus some amount of green circuits. Eventually, your bus runs dry, but you can have additional things come in and inject more. And with these things, you also do balancers, so that if I'm pulling off, say, 20 per minute from this line, we don't just have 3 full ones and then minus 20. We do a splitter to where all of these become even again after this point, and then we end up having, whatever the total is, but it's divided evenly across all these. And if you ever find that your bus is being depleted from all of your different factories that are pulling off of the bus, you just do another injection point over here. You put another iron factory later down the river, and you just repopulate it, because there is a maximum throughput that you do. But we're effectively getting a bus. We just have to decentralize it, because we're not going to get this, we're not going to get this setup. But we can have this carousel that represents these 4 lanes of iron. That is effectively what we're doing here in our factory. So it's the same principle, logistical approach. It just has to look a little bit different. So I'm always falling back on solutions that I know, of course, just how I think you're supposed to play these factory games, is just fall back on what you know. That's how I am operating here, at least. But using a carousel for every point of production will get tedious. But I honestly think that we will end up doing that. I just don't want to. I need pipes or rods. Yeah, the carousel serves as a bunch of different things, Crash. Absolutely. Yeah. It solves a lot of problems if you... It solves a lot of problems that this game has. I don't want to call them problems. They're logistical challenges and hurdles that need to be overcome, which is the whole point of the game. But the carousel setup is going to solve those. It just takes a bit of tedious setup to do, but... I'm looking for rods, man. I don't know why I'm looking for rods. I know they're over here. I know they're over here. Let me just grab 200 and not have to worry about it. Okay. I'm curious how many rotors we have, because by this point, yeah, we have a fuckload. That's the answer. We have a fuckload. I'm going to love to see the light coming through these walls. I'm going to love to see the light coming through these walls, man. It's going to be great. We're going to do tier 3 belts on this, all of this. We're going to be upgrading the input as well. I'm going to do the walls last, but we are going to go ahead and get our last storage container up here. Okay, good there. Nice. Wait a minute, is that right?
The channel, and we won't have any problems.
That's right, Coco. Fucking get him. Yeah, no, we're good there. Perfect. Okay. So I'm not worried about this. Right now needing belts. Let's get everything placed, and then we'll do one big round of putting all of our belts in. So, goodbye, my sons. I felt really happy with this before, and it's not been bad at all, believe me. It absolutely served its purpose, but you're fucking dead now, kiddo. Okay, and get rid of you. All these little individual belt pieces. I don't want to get rid of any of the platforms. I don't mind just doing this. It is slower, but kind of like that sound effect, so... Here we go. And the sandwich levels that we have down here is going to allow us to get access to this carousel while still having a walkable hallway in between the sections. Because I'm going to put a wall down here and a wall down here, and then we will begin our iron smelting right here on the other side of this small alleyway that we're making for ourselves. So we're going to have hallways and alleys, okay? The alleys are just 1 tile wide. The hallways are going to be 3 with glass floors. Yeah, the sound design of the game is very good. Is very good. All of the sound effects have been very satisfying. My favorite sound effect, though, I don't know, maybe YouTube won't agree with me on this one. My favorite sound effect is the splish splash when you're walking on these, because it thinks that I'm slightly submerged in water, even though it's completely dry. But the wet slapping of my feet on the platform there is incredibly satisfying. It's incredibly satisfying. It is my favorite sound effect so far. And by a lot. I am going to put a couple walls here at the junctions just so that I know and I can section off these areas and know for myself that this section is claimed. This section's claimed. We might have to flip these walls later. I don't know if they look different on the inside and the outside. They do. I don't really care right now. Maybe in the future I will, but right now I don't. But let's just grid off these sections, and then that'll be good. Any chance to go for a walk in the water to experience that splish splash? Soon. Soon. I'm not going to put this brace right here as much as it would be nice to mirror this, because I don't know how big this is going to need to be. What we found before was that we could get the smelter arrays to fit exactly up to the edge here, but we couldn't put any walls as a result. So we actually have to nudge it in by 1 on either side, which means that we might as well nudge it by half and then use the 1 bonus tile that we're going to give it to go on the other sides. For the buses, I've seen people using the stackable supports and using mergers to refill a main splitter belt, but carousel is a very interesting idea. I think that the bus is a good strategy that can be done, and I think it would work just as well as it does in Factorio, except for the fact that the splitters take up a lot of space. Would be my only complaint with it, is I feel like the splitters would really bloat the size of the bus to get those nodes to go where you need them to go. I'm really enjoying the idea of the carousels because it allows me, with a bus, you have the problem of everything being needed to be attached to a spine. So hold on. Back into paint.
Follow the channel, and we won't have any problems.
That's right. You've got your bus, okay? This is your spine. It becomes the spine of your factory. The biggest problem with the bus, and this happens in Factorio too, if this fucker needs to wiggle at all, that's a nightmare. If it needs to turn, that's a fucking nightmare. This entire corner here becomes a lot of wasted space. You can't really build much off of either of these dimensions anymore. This just becomes dead space geographically. So does the left side of this belt. Once you do, like the interior side of that turn becomes dead space. Because if I build a factory like this, suddenly I can't build anything coming off of here, can I? So it just becomes kind of a problem where you have all of this dead air, effectively. With a carousel system, if we have these individual nodes, it's kind of like the lymph nodes. If I want an iron section over here, iron production goes into this building. And this is exactly how we're setting our world up right now, is we have the iron tower. Okay, iron tower. All of my iron production's happening over here. We're probably going to have a steel tower that's over there on the other side of the river, okay? Steel tower. So I'm going to have everything related to steel going in here and have a series of carousels. So this will be like the steel ingots will be in a carousel here. Then we'll do like steel pipes will go in a carousel. So everything is going to get its own carousel of long-term storage. So every single point of production in the chain in this entire game will have a carousel for a buffer to hold those materials and allow them to be moved off to different sections. So we eventually start building these neural networks, and then we can connect towers to each other so that if I need iron and steel, or if I need pipes over here, or maybe this is our copper tower, which looks like it's going to be. If this is my copper tower and I need to make rotors or something. Let's just say rotors. And I need wires. So we're going to say this wire is going to connect over to the copper tower. And we're going to make rotors over here by bringing those pipes or whatever the fuck we're making. It needs pipes and something for copper. So we just belt between these sections. We create these small neural networks. So of course we'll have a bit of spaghetti that goes in between. What I really want to do is that inner tower connections are going to be by train. We have train loads going between these. Intra-tower is going to be through belts, but we never have belts leaving trains. We simply have a supply depot on the ground level where a train goes between the two towers. And that, to me, is going to be really fucking cool. I don't know what's going to be over here. Like, maybe this is Crystal, a Caterium tower. You know, maybe this is a Caterium tower, and then this ends up being our copper. So this is kind of how we're setting it up right now. This is my vision for this current factory. Yeah, and the alternate towers are probably going to get in the way of a lot of this, but here's the value of how dynamic the system is. If I want to change, let's say that I've got a system over here that's like, it's connected between these two nodes right here to make this thing, okay? I get an alternate recipe that now I need to pull from this thing over here with Caterium. If we want to do that, we can. We just get rid of that old guy, that old line, and then we just reroute our train to do this. It's all dynamic because we're simply connecting these nodes to one another rather than saying, I'm going to make a direct pull off of this and then have a massive factory over here that does this, you know, right there. And then suddenly I need to pull this factory, needs to suddenly pull from all the way over here. So now I've either got to run a massive belt over there, or I've got to move this entire factory just over here. It's like fucking pushing Bikini Bottom to get rid of a worm. Like, it's not going to work, man. This solution allows us to just reroute the trains, and if we're going to produce this over here, we simply have to pull a train location from another tower, which the route is already set up. We're just putting a new train on that rail. That's all it is. So knowing that our recipes are likely to change over the course of the game, I think the carousel solution is much more fluid and dynamic, and that's exactly a solution to the changing nature of our recipe base, which I'm excited about. Can I have the Cinder Depot as a warehouse for distribution? Yeah, I mean, I could. I could do where each of the different towers are producing one raw resource, and then they are just floors dedicated to producing individual materials. And then maybe they ship out to a central tower, which maybe it's on top of this thing. Like, who the fuck knows, you know? But right now, the solution for me is carousel design that's going to allow us to just plug in and pull out of these different nodes. I can have 4 different things pulling out of this. I can have 4 full lines being pulled out of this at a time. I can have 4 full lines getting pushed into this too. If I have another area that I'm able to get a bunch of iron from, because I've got 4 belts or 4 miners over here. So each one's going to be plugged in to the area in here. And I can actually pull out more too. Because if I were to, I would have to expand these walls. But like where this splitter goes, this is a splitter. It's pulling in from the system and it can go out into this, but it can also be pulled out of the system, and this is where it would go off to like the smelting. It'll be pulled down here in an elevator. It runs over here to wherever we start the smelting. It dolphin dives back up, and then it goes into the smelting array. A direct connection. If I wanted to do 8, we could do 8. I would just have to push the walls out a little bit, which is a decision that I need to make now, but I also don't think it's that much of an issue. I really don't. Because what I could do is have an elevator right here that goes up to another splitter and then just have this go out and then another splitter goes down. Like, we can do that as well. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be an elegant solution to a very simple issue that we have. Okay, so I know that for now we're going to probably pull all iron into iron smelting. I can't guarantee that that will always be the case. But for now, I think that we're definitely going to want to have... I mean, here's the thing is... the biggest thing that I feel like I want to know, I'm not going to ask, but the biggest thing that I would love to be able to plan around, and this is something that would happen in subsequent playthroughs. In Factorio, and in any of these factory games, you have your materials. If we have, like, over time... we have the required input. If we have the demand over time for different resources. In Factorio, iron. This is iron over the course of the game. Early on, you need iron more than anything else. Oh, you know, once you get into oil and stuff, iron is definitely needed, but it's kind of average. You need it for everything, but it's not the most in-demand thing. You're never pressured for iron. Really, you just got to keep it flowing, but it's never the most important resource. Copper is you don't really need it very much, and then you need it more than like anything else, and then it stays right there. And this is the kind of junction I'm talking about. Like with oil, you don't really need oil, and then all of a sudden you need a lot of it, and then you need it like this much. In Factorio, I would say this is pretty much how the resource demand goes over the course of the entire game. Okay. So early game, say we're right here. Early game, it makes sense for all of our iron ore to be going 100% into iron products because it's needed. It's absolutely needed. Obviously, the link here tells us this is what's needed. But over the course of the game, once we get here, diverting 100% into iron production doesn't make any more sense anymore. We need to, like, divert it again into maybe 50. Where maybe what's really happening is that over time we get steel production. Yeah? So we do 50-50 between iron and steel. So this is a point in Factorio where maybe you refactor. Okay. In this game, I know that we're probably... I don't know what this graph is going to look like for Satisfactory. I know this is the graph for Factorio. I bet if you were to actually queue players, they would probably agree with 90% of what I just put up here. But this is the kind of resource split that we're trying to figure out in this game, which I don't know, so I'm not going to really commit to too much. But this is another reason that we want to make things as dynamic as possible, because when I hit this point, it's time to refactor. When I hit that point, it's time to refactor. When I hit this point, it's also time to refactor. It's time to expand, our copper production. But this is important. We need to start diverting more resources into copper production than we are into iron production, and iron needs to be split 50-50 over steel and iron, which also needs to be expanded because we know that steel requires more iron. So I don't know the answers to the logistical developments over the course of the game yet, but the more dynamic our network, the more flexible we're going to be in response to what we're seeing. So that's the biggest reason that we're doing it. I know I've given you a fucking master's thesis on the logistical design of my video game factory, but this is how it works. This is how it works. Okay. So, the beautiful thing about what we're doing is that we can put all of our actual belt maintenance on the logistic layer in between. This entire layer is just for belts. It's just for belts to be able to manage themselves, balance themselves, split themselves as much as they need to go. So we're not going to do what we did before. Before we deleted everything, we had it where we were taking the splitter and it went directly across here and it went right into a bunch of other splitters to take the full 120 out on a tier 2 belt and split it up into 4 30 per minute belts. So we did a splitter that split off into 2 ways, into another splitter that split off into 2 ways to turn one belt into even 4. And then they each went into one smelter. This early in the game, and with our steel production being separated, we don't have coal over here, though we have talked about, and I want to draw this one more time, sorry, back into fucking paint. We have talked about if we were to map out our base, this is where we're currently standing. Actually, we're standing currently right here, okay? This is our main base. This is where iron is. We are right here, standing right there right now. If we look over here, this is coal. And right now, this is being routed like this over to our power, okay? We also have 1, 2, 3, 4 coal over here. These 2 are being used for steel. These 2 are not being used. They are both normal. And this is a pure. Okay? So we have basically 2 nodes here, 2 nodes here, 2 nodes here. Because two normals is 1 pure. Okay? So we're routing 2 of these nodes over here. You can already see where I'm probably going with this. If we wanted to upgrade our system and we wanted to make steel back at home, which I think we're going to need to, we're going to reroute this coal back over here to the iron tower. Use some of our iron carousel to make steel here in this tower, okay? So I'm thinking that we take half of our carousel, okay, and we make iron with it. Half of our carousel makes steel locally as well. Over here we make a distant steel, which is going to be just used temporarily for now. I don't know if we're going to end up taking that iron and routing it back home, which I think we do. Because I don't know that we're going to have a steel tower. I think we're going to have an iron and steel tower, an IST. And then we will probably use this coal to expand our power as well, because that's going to be the most precious resource right now is coal, because it determines the scale of my factory. So we're going to probably try and use as much coal as we possibly can into the power supply. But if we could take one big, thick, fucking pure node and make all the steel out of that we can, we're going to make as much steel as the coal will let us. That's what I'm saying. We're going to make as much steel as the coal will allow us to. But 1 pure coal node will equal 1 pure iron node that we have over here. So we just need to marry these together. So we're going to be pulling in 1 pure coal node. We need 1 pure iron node, which means that we can put 3 of these over here into... Because we've got 4 belts. We got 4 nodes of iron right now back at home. 1 is going to be used for steel, which means that the other can be smelted directly into iron. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to have 3 ports that will go over here to the left into iron. So this is going to be 3 full pure node lines from tier 2 miners, potentially even overclocked, going into iron production, which I think is going to be frankly overkill. Because I think we're getting to the point that, you know, our iron production, you know, was really fucking started up here. And I think that we're starting to get where iron production is lowering and steel production is going to continue to upgrade over time. I think that we're right here right now. That's what I'm sensing. So I'm thinking that we want to maybe do only 2 for iron and route this coal back home as well as the main. And then we can do a 50-50 split between the coal and steel. And then this goes down here for supplemental power. This would cover our current power, so this would be supplemental power. What I really need to find is more coal. That or overclock this, because if I overclock this or I do a tier 2 mine over here, then that becomes double what we currently have, and this becomes 16 as opposed to 8. And if we overclock those to double, which we could do because they'll pay for themselves with power, then we could do 32, which is a fuckload. So I'm thinking that we don't route this to power, but that we actually expand and have 2 effective pure nodes of coal going into steel, and we do a 50-50 split. Okay, that's my answer. That's what we're doing. So sometimes I just need to draw it out and figure out what we're going to do. So these nodes are going to split off up top, and we're probably going to do above this layer steel smelting. We're going to do steel smelting above, or actually I think we just keep going down from here. I don't think we go up anymore. I think we build down the side of the cliff as much as possible. So under this layer, we're just going to probably delete this floor tile here. Not now. Actually, we need to expand this floor tile because I don't want to fall over there. Because I will, if it lets me. But we're going to build a hole down here that we can take the elevator further down to the next layer. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So now, what we need to do is figure out how that's going to get set up, because we're going to be pulling in... Jesus Christ. Okay, so the first real question we have to answer is what's going to be our input, because that's going to determine how many of the smelters we need. 4 megawatts each as well, so we're going to need to calculate the power as well. But a tier 2 miner, which we could afford if we got our materials out of a box. Let's go do that. This is my favorite part of any factory game. This is when, like, my brain's on fire, my foot's bouncing. Like, this is the good shit. Let's get this stuff out. Okay, tier 2 miners fully overclocked is 480 output. 480 output. That's fucking incredible. Our tier 3 belt that we just got access to is 270. So we're probably just going to fill up these tier 2 belts and let that be our bottleneck. We're going to produce up to 270. I have a suspicion that we'll probably be producing 240 out of a standard tier 2 belt on a pure node. So we won't quite be filling the belt unless we overclock. I do want to overclock the miners though. I do, because if we can get up to that 120, if we can keep these nice round numbers. Actually, no, I think the belt holding 270 is whatever. A tier 2 belt holds 120. I think that we're going to be pulling 240. The 270 sounds not great, but I would rather have extra capacity and not need to fill it, which is the case we're in now. I'm not worried about that. If we know that we're running on 120 or 240, then we're good here. So we're going to be putting in 480. 480, Jesus Christ, 480 iron ore in per minute on the 2 nodes that we're using. And that will, fuck me, that's going to be making a lot of stuff. We're going to have no problem processing incredibly quickly. Like, there's going to be no issue there. Our biggest issue is going to be the power cost. It's double for a little bit more than double. I think it's almost better to overclock an MK1. I mean, we would have to see. If we were to do double on this, would it cost 12 megawatts? I imagine it would be more expensive to do overclocking a tier 1 than just building a miner tier 2. Friend, you've got to try one of these games, man. I think you would just have such a good time with them. All right, let's pull some of you. Let's pull some of you. And then what else was it that we needed? I know that we want 2 for now. Oh, good. Yeah, I forgot I could do that. Let's pull out some pipes. Get some of these guys. And portable miners, which we're always just going to need more of those. Let's go ahead and put this ore back up. We don't need it. Let's get some of this metal put back. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. My inventory is never empty. Okay. We're going to need 2 more miners, which, God, I wish can you automate the production of these hand miners? Because all the stuff that you make in here, I've not seen the ability to automate. For now, let's just do the 4. I mean, it's pretty much the only part of the production chain that I have to actually invest effort into. This is probably why I don't like it. Okay, so we can make these 2. We are going to point them just straight there, because these guys are going to... This is the only part of the factory that has to be nasty, is the part that goes into these nodes. Okay. Later in game, you can auto-make miners. Oh, that's great. Thank you. It's good to know that eventually that's there. We'll worry about power later. For now, I want to actually... I don't think we're pretty much ever going to be building tier 2 belts again. Just because the expense of the reinforced plates kind of ridiculous. Compared to the tier 3 belt, which we're going to put on 7. I really need to organize my hotbar better. Let's put you on 4. And let's put our hypertube. Well, hypertube is a specific thing. We're not going to worry about that. Let's put splitters. Okay, the merger will be 5. You'll be 6. 7 will be platforms, standard platforms that we're using. Really, I want to use the thin platform. I want to get as much overhead as we could possibly do, so I'm going to start using the thin platform in the future. No. I'm fucking lying. We're going to keep what we had. We don't use the glass foundation frequently enough that we're going to need to put it on a quick bar. Let me get my splitter back up. I'm just going to be on 6. There's 7. There's 8 is going to be a tier 3 elevator. Actually, we could probably do tier 1 elevator on 8. And then do this on 9. And then 10 is going to be whatever the fuck. Yeah. I can't imagine I ever need power poles again, because we just use the wires to do that. If you use E-wheel, you can keep less on the hotbar. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Let me do this and see. Okay, so I could just put one of the two on my bar, and that's good. So if I do like a belt. If I do a belt. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not in the habit of using this. I'm not in the habit of using this. I need to get used to it, though, because this is really, really good. Okay, let me real quick try that again one more time. So let's get... Hold on, let me see if I could do this. Okay, so yeah, there's no reason to have both of these on there. Let's do... I would rather do the power line. So let's get this set up on 1. We're going to put all belts on 2, which we're going to start with a 3. Let's default 3. And on 3 will be the conveyor. 4 will be our splitter stacker guy. Okay, platforms would be good. I bet the platforms are nice. Let's put that on 5. Let me just see real quick if I'm going to do this. Oh, good. I can get the glass and all that. Perfect. Good deal, dude. Alt mouse wheel. Oh, Jesus. I wondered when I was going to get access to the other hotbars. Nice. So we could put like all of our belt stuff here and then go down. Like we could do that. We might do that in the future. I think I'd have to play this game for a long time before I really got to the point of needing that, though. Thanks for that, though. I misread your name. I thought it was Sith Cheese 86. And I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed now that I read it right. I demand you change your name. Sith Cheese. So I could put the hypertube on 7 or 6, really. Have all of our hypertube stuff on there. Suppose we could put ladder on 7. 8 will be storage. I think we're good there. I don't really use the supports that much to need them. Power is whatever. It's already taken care of. And then with this stuff, I'll just pull them. Actually, no. The smelters and the miners I end up using a lot. So let's do 9 and 0. I will not remember to actually do this. But it's there. Okay. So we're going to want to do tier 3 belts. Can't afford it, but it will go this way. And then it will go down here, and then it will plug into port walls right there. So let me... You know what? I probably should have walls on my thing. But one of these port walls would go right here. Oh, no, never mind. It would have to be down here. Fuck, that's not going to connect. God, if I could do it right in the middle. I mean, the belt probably will actually connect in right there and be just fine. That'll probably be okay. Let's do that. Why not? Let's get a wall for sure on... I don't know how much variety it's going to give me. Am I going to need 3 in? I'm going to need 2 sets of 2 belts in, so let's actually just do this way. Here we go. You. Another one here. That, you know, that'll be fine. Let's actually test just with a regular... Oh, geez, my fucking fingies, dude. Okay, let's just check. Let's just check. Yeah, that works. That is so fucking clean. Ah, fuck, man. It's just so good. I feel like, honestly, the devs have hired people that just sit back, like they lean back in a beanbag or some shit, and they watch people play this game, and they're just sitting back and fucking eating puffy Cheetos, and they got their feet up, and their whole job, their entire job, is literally to sit there and watch people play Satisfactory and go, yeah, you know, it'd be nice if it did this. And they're just fucking Cheeto dust all over them. Those are the best people working on this team, by the way. Because the devs listen to them. It feels 100% how... It's 100% how this game feels, is they just have people who just sit around going, yeah, it'd be cool if it did this. And then they're like, yeah, no, great idea. And then they do it. There's so few games that do that, man. There's so few games where it's clear that the devs actually had time to make a game that they liked, and they weren't just pressured by some shitty publisher to get some garbage pumped out for cash, you know? I don't feel like I'm being robbed or fucked over by playing this game. I don't feel like a sucker for playing this game. There's a lot of games these days that make me feel like a fucking sucker for giving them money. I feel guilty for the amount of money I paid for this game. All right. Cool, so we've got those in there. We know that that's going to be iron in to that level. I mean, that's just so fucking clean. Let's just do a regular wall down here just so we can make it extra clean. Just extra clean. Oh. If that don't make you nut, I just don't know what can. I think that you're just one of those people that can't. And I pity you. I want to do a set of stairs here so that I can box this in and just make it convenient for myself, because we are going to, I don't know if stairs are going to work here, but we could try it later. I'm not worried about it right now, but eventually. Okay. I'm not worried about getting the belt plugged in. We just know that that's where that's going to go. And now we need to figure out, now that we know we're going to have 480 per minute. That is a lot of smelters, man. That's a lot of smelters, because these guys only do 30. Jesus Christ. That's 10, 15, 16. There's 16 of these motherfuckers going at once. 16 times 4 is a lot of power drain as well. We're mathing how many of these smelters are needed. You can only do 270 per mine. No, we're doing 2 miners at 400 or 100. Sorry, 240 each. 2 miners at 240 each. Tier 3 belts and tier 2 miners being what they are. 240 each. So we're doing 2 of these that are going to plug in for iron. So that's our throughput there. So it's 480 divided by 30 is 64? No fucking way. There's no fucking way, Fern. Because this is 300 if we do 10. Yeah, 480 divided by 30. Fuck it. You know what? I was taught how to do this. Hold on. Let me show you I can learn. 480 divided by 30. 16. I did it, dude. I was right. Okay. So we need 16 of these, which is very interesting to know. Each one of these outputs we take out of here is going to have to split up into 8. So we need to figure out how we're going to get 8 of these motherfuckers next to each other. No, the 16 times 4 was I was trying to calculate the power requirement to get all of these smelters to run simultaneously. Yeah. Do I know about the eyedropper? No, I asked about an eyedropper, I think last episode, and I was like, fuck, it'd be nice if we had an eyedropper. Umbreon, yeah, we probably could drop our well, no, right now we have 100% throughput. The only time I'm ever going to overclock is if I don't have enough production. The only time I'm ever going to underclock is if I don't have enough supply. It's only there to fix those gaps. The only bubble we have, the only air we have in our system is that our belts are traveling 270 and we're only filling up with 240. So we have that extra 30 in there for no fucking reason. In build or delete, click scroll wheel. Okay, let me do this. Oh! Oh, I'm cooming! Fuck, dude, it's so good! Oh, man. That's so good. It just makes me so happy. Fuck's sake, man. I mean, I was looking for that. This exact thing. It's gonna make building so much faster. Oh my god, it's so nice. I lose my damn mind every time. Okay, we're gonna line these guys up at the edge of a thing, and we can't do it all the way over here because of walls. Eyedropper is a tool and a bunch of other things that allows whatever you're looking at becomes what you've selected. So I'm gonna just do middle mouse. You know, I've selected a tier 3 belt right now. Middle mouse over this storage unit. Bam, I'm selecting a storage unit. Oh, we need power poles. Okay, cool. Got power poles. Oh, platforms. Got it. So instead of having to figure out belt tier 2, if I've got one nearby, you just tier 2 belt done. You know? Yeah, that's so nice. I was wondering about that too, because that's the only thing about building so far that's been tedious is I've got to go, oh fuck, here we go, you know, I got to build another one of these things. And you know, if I don't have one around here to be able to pull up out of the pallet, then yeah, we're gonna have to do that. But being able to just pull from the environment is gonna make some things really quick, because there's a lot of copy and pasting that I need to do in these setups, since we are to the point of doing long-term arrays. And this is what I was saying a couple hours or episodes ago. I was like, you know, we're not really worried about this being perfect right now because we know we're going to redo it later. Hello, it's later. One here. Let me see if I can get these nicely to line up here. 2, 3. I'm sorry, is that sprint? Oh, control run is a sprint? Oh, that's shift. Okay, never mind. That's why I was confused, because I was trying to do control so it would naturally, I was trying to do control by my fingers in the wrong spot as usual, so, you know. Okay. That doesn't quite nicely line up, but it doesn't matter. I really would like to get 8. I don't know how many I'm at, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if 8 lines up nicely here, then we're in a good spot. I don't think it will, but no, it doesn't. Okay, so we're off to the right by 1 from being able to fit perfectly. I think that's just always going to be the case. We're either going to be shy 1 or long 1. So what I want to do is line this up where the entire array of 8 is centered. Because I do want to be able to run along here along the wall, and I know that we can here. If I put a wall here, I'd be able to run along it, but we're going to do all of our belt splitting underneath, by the way, and then we're going to dolphin dive them up here. So that's going to be how that works. Okay. Yep. We're probably going to need to do a vertical? No, we're just going to keep pushing down this way to get all of our iron out there. Just a fleet of iron going this way. I think it'd be a very elegant solution if I were to have... No, I think the most elegant solution is going to be... I'm thinking that I'm going to do... Yeah, I know what I want to do. I can see it in my head. Let me draw it for you guys. Okay. Sorry, I have to go fucking quiet Super Saiyan mode for a second. So here's what we're going to do. This is going to be a top-down view for now. So I think it was Raven who was, when I was building my power over there, Raven mentioned that most people usually do a system where like all of the, this is a row, just a column of a bunch of different coal plants. And this side is facing that way, this side's facing this. So they're ass to ass. And then it just goes like this, all the way across. And that way you have your supply of coal coming down the middle. Holy shit, sorry. You have your supply of coal coming down the middle, and it just branches out like this to the back of each thing. And then you can have your water coming down above it and then branching out into each thing. So it gets supplied through a central tube like that. I think that's going to be what we do here. So underneath what that's going to look like, and we're going to go for a cross-section now. It's a cross-section now, so we're looking at the side. We're going to have our production up here, so there's going to be our smelters. We're going to have our iron coming in from over here. It's going to get split, okay? And it's going to go... it's going to get split, and it's going to go up and into the back, up and into the back. And then we'll just effectively do that for all of the machines, and that's really cute. The output is going to immediately go down into another elevator that's going to come down, and then it's going to, at some point, need to probably come... Okay, if we do a top-down view, again, just down here, at some point they're going to have to go to the side of each other. We're going to have the iron coming in down here at the lower level, dotted lines it's going under, and then it comes and it goes in like this. We're probably going to do a scenario where we put this out and to the side, and maybe then it does an elevator down, and then it goes to the lower level like this, and then it heads to the right. So then what's going to happen is all of these guys are going to go over here. This guy will come out into an elevator, come down, and join in a box. We'll join. So then they all go into a big filter group. So then they get merged down into the lowest, into packing the belts as much as possible. This being a combine, and this being a split, because we're going to end up splitting from the main one into each of these individual sections. So this is going to be how I think we set this up, but we're going to have to go a little bit to the left here. Yeah, I really like this solution. So what's probably going to happen is if we were to draw the actual platform, we have platform here, probably 2 tiles. We have platform here, you know, and it's 2 tiles, so split down the middle. We have that opening where it comes up, and then we have our 2 tiles on the other side, and then this goes down. And then that is, you know, that's our dolphin diving logistical production layer alternating tower setup that we have here. So it ends up looking a lot like this. Yeah, and then it filters over here, and then eventually it goes, you know, if we were to have a hallway, really, really thick line here where this is a hallway. And then we have our iron ingot carousel on the other side. I think that's what we're doing here. Okay, so we just need to figure out where these holes are going to go. So this entire thing is going to be gone. One of my favorite things... If you're building down with next levels of production, couldn't you do the subfloor above where it's needed? Then you get awesome top-fed machines. That's a good point, Crash. Is that I'm planning for this layer to be take iron ore in from the layer below and then produce it into iron ingots. And I really like the idea that each floor is a different product. Each floor is one product or something like that, you know? Depending on how much machine is required in order to get that, because we're going to need a fleet of 16 smelters going to be able to keep the throughput going. And I plan to use all of it, too. The only time these machines will turn off is if we aren't using any of the rods or we aren't using any of the anything else. But the idea is that, yes, we will be doing top fed and bottom fed. Right now, we're doing bottom fed because we're feeding from the same layer. So this goes down under our hallway here and then comes up again. Dolphin dives up above the surface again to plug into this. And then it's going to go underneath again to go forward into the carousel where it stores iron ingots, which this will all get deleted and moved, of course. But lower floors, after this, once we get to the iron ingot carousel, this is then going to get pulled out. You know, like if this is a splitter, then it's going to get pulled out, down, and it's going to go through this layer, further down. And then the layer right below this floor. You jump down here. Under this is going to be the next production layer, where we put a bunch of assemblers. It's probably just going to be all assemblers. And it's going to take the iron belts from this, and each individual facility is going to get 1 belt. We'll take from here, we'll go here, and then we'll just drop down. Say we need, right under here is going to be production, so we take the belt, split onto an elevator down here, and then elevator down to the next floor. So that's going to be how we do it. And I can't tell you how excited I am to actually be able to get to the next floor of production. Because that's going to be when the magic really comes alive once we get that next floor. Once that next floor comes out, that's when things really get special. You can eat my ass, fucker. Anyway. That's going to be good. Let's get rid of some of the stuff down here that we know we don't need anymore. Just clean up as we go. Clean up as we go. You know what? Fuck it. I'm using this. That's the only way to get up here right now. Okay. Autosave. Good deal. So this is 8 right now, yeah? 4 and then 4. Yes, this is 8. We'll get them powered here in a minute. For now, we're just going to need to move them all, actually. Now we need to move them all. Okay. Because we want to have 4 of them and we want them split evenly over a single tile. So I think what we're probably going to end up doing is just for our own sanity, we're going to end up doing something that's going to be a little bit ugly, but also really appealing, is we're just going to have them centered to tiles. Since they are slightly too large. It's going to really bloat the size of the array, but it's going to be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to bloat the size of the array, but you know it is what it is. Ugly, but somehow appealing is not you, Fern. What the fuck? Alright, there we go. Yeah. Because we'll just have an elevator coming up, just feeding in directly into each one of these. And what I really like is, I don't know if we have it, but the catwalks The catwalks are going to be so nice because I could build a catwalk right here, even though we take this out. That's right, Hook. I'll fucking get him, dude. Listen, if you do want to keep your legs attached to the rest of your body, I recommend following the channel. Okay, because we're going to need all of these gone, but I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to walk over here. We can still put catwalks. Like, I could build a bridge across this effectively. And build a catwalk there to be able to get across. And build catwalks along the backside here. Like, let's go to the machine. Let's see what it costs to get the catwalks unlocked. And then let's go grab some coupons. And let's do it, dude. Organization. Where's my catwalk? Yeah, walkways. There was specifically... I remember seeing specifically what looked like a... Never mind, I'm fucking dumb. What does it cost, though, if we want to do the walkways? Because I want to do the walkway along a wall. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Walkway, ramp, turn, T-crossing. Oh, see, these are good. Can we walk on fences? You know, I don't know if we can. I feel like the fences have to attach to something on their bottom, which is totally fine. Walkway straight, you can't make me. All right, I need 6. Let's go get them. Our factory is in disarray, but it's not producing. We just need time for this. Right now, really, what we're waiting for is steel to be produced over yonder. And you know what? Fuck it, YOLO. Actually, you live many times in this game, which is why we're not worried. The only penalty for dying is that Lobster Doggo forgets that you exist, which is a shame. Okay. Whoa, 13 coupons. Nice. We're going to be able to buy a whole bunch of bullshit with that. Let's grab some more nut while we're here. Get back up the fun way. I really don't want to get rid of these, honestly. I'm really enjoying that they exist still. It's more fun than the hypertube, even if it's not as efficient. What is the power requirement of those guys, by the way? 5 each. Jesus Christ. This is 10 for the whole tube. So yeah, those are far more expensive than the hypertube, but they are at least just as fun. So yeah, we'll have a single hallway. We'll have an alleyway here. No stairs can go here. We won't do any stairwells along this. This is literally just so that we can get down here. But we will fill this in. I probably will move this door onto this tile, but have it like a right side door. Like this, but literally just shift it over there. Just so I can walk into the corner and not walk into this and be like, oh, hi. But we are going to eventually close this whole thing off. But the second layer there is going to be windowed walls. We will do windows on the outside, too. Like, right here is going to be a big old gate. I'd like to put it there if I can, a gate wall. Fuck. We're going to probably have to redo this section of the tube so that we can put a gate wall there. Or we honestly just do a door and just have the thing. That would be great. I wonder if that's going to work. I would love to find a way to get a hypertube port wall. Like, that would be great, too. Can you imagine that? A hypertube port? Sad that that doesn't exist. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did it. We counted to 8. Oh, yeah, let's go get our catwalk and see what we can do here. Because I'd like to put a walkway right here in the middle. I don't know if it's going to let me do that. But a boy can dream. Catwalk right in the middle will alleviate any potential issue we would ever have with having our organization like this. Because having the holes in the foundation allows us to be able to port with the floor, which is what we're looking for. All right, walkways, you're good. What else are we looking for? No, we don't want the metal ones. I do like the windows. Can we afford that? No. Fuck, we're always so poor. Why am I poor? I fucking hate being poor, dude. Okay. You can put a hypertube entrance in a wall. Can you? Here's the thing. Does it appear open, though, Sith? Does it appear open? Because, I mean, we could do, like, wall conveyor like this, and then it's a hypertube entrance right there. Like, I would not mind doing that at all. Is this what you mean? Because this is the coolest fucking thing. Let me put a hypertube support, like, right there. You know what, Sith? You're fucking hired, dude. I can't do it there. Oh, because I'm poor. No other reason. Why are you such a fucking genius, Sith? I'm joining the dark side. You know, that convinced me. That is fucking cute. That's exactly how we're doing this, too. Because I'd love to have, we do that port there, and then we have just a big old window there, so we could just, like, I want to put windows. You know me, I love windows. Everything I build. If you watch the Minecraft streams, you know, man. You know me. Me and windows. There's a proper wall mount tube, too, from this shop. Yeah, I know that, too. Quality of life and going up and down between floors. A double ramp. It's cheaper than a regular ramp and doesn't need foundation under when building them. And the pillars fit in the middle of stairs so you don't fall through the middle. Walkways can offset foundations. Interesting, Crash. Okay, cool. Right now, my plan is to actually just use stairs and hypertubes. So actual proper stairs. I really like these stairs. I really do like these stairs. So for now, let's go ahead and see if we can put a catwalk down. It's not a walkway, it's a catwalk. No! It's not cute. Fuck. Okay, so it's not going to work the way that I want to. I really wanted it to be thinner and to fit like right exactly there, but it is going to be... The walkway is what I thought it would do, which is this, and it's totally fine. This is the good alternative. Is that I can put a doorway right there. This becomes a door. Fuck it, let's do it. Proof of concept. You know what? Hold on, watch. Where's the thing? That guy. Is there any way to turn off snap? I don't think so. But we do this and we just do a walkway all the way in the back here so I can walk down here and look. Okay, Blood Lad, what if I told you that with the stairs, watch, you can Metroid jump. You can Metroid jump on the, on these levels. You could do a Metroid jump. Watch. Watch. Okay. Look at that. Very easy. Who needs to turn? We have the stairs there for aesthetic reasons. And even if you hate that, I honestly think that you could probably just put a ladder up on the top of the stairs and just ladder up the center of it. That's probably what I'm going to do, is just have a ladder and be like, I don't actually feel like jumping through the stairs, and just put a ladder and go whoop, right up to the top. Listen, you're watching a genius stream, okay? You gotta understand that. Yeah, so we just do it like this all the way through. Fuck you, place the way that I want you to. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, less input the better, I agree. You know, it'd be nice if you have sections like this where you could drag, okay? Left click and hold, and it creates a line. It creates a line of them in order. If they're able to snap and connect to each other, especially pathways and walkways like this that you expect to be placing, in a line like this. If I use frame foundation, I can put a walkway in the middle. I really don't want to put a walkway in the middle. I like the idea of just having this catwalk on this side because I plan to use this half of the foundation to bring an elevator up. There we go. Oh. It's called the Smart Mod. Is there a mod for that? I didn't know this game had mods for it yet. Oh. I gotta flip my pretzel, chat. There we go. Flipped. But anyway, yeah, the catwalks are going to go like this. We're going to have a solid wall down this way. Maybe we'll do a T-junction at some point. And that T-junction will connect us to a doorway here in the middle so that we can go like halfway down and we can get into here from a couple different ways. It has its own mod loader. Shit, man. Maybe in update 5 we'll come back and play again. Not that we're anywhere near done with this playthrough, but, you know, we'll come back in the future sometime and play that. You know, we're going to have each of these rooms and we can just have a light and, you know, light switch like right there and turn on all the lights just on this catwalk. So fucking cute. So cute. Like, I'm going to throw up. It's so fucking cute. Who knew a factory could be adorable? Nice, Bloodlight. Like, that would be good. Just being able to say, okay, I know that I can place the foundation there. Left click, drag, and let me build out, you know, a section. Maybe do a 50 maximum just like the default, just so you don't crash your computer queuing up a fucking million things if you accidentally sneeze and let go of it and it's down there. Goodbye, we're building a bridge to Narnia. And the computer melts. But anyway, this is how we're going to set up our first fleet of 8. We've got 8. I honestly think that the next fleet of 8 should probably go down on the floor below. That or we just expand this boy out forever. I kind of want to try and keep the factory as square as we can. I like the idea of maybe doing another smelting array down this way, just across this. And then it goes down and combines, and it just runs really hard left. That would be good. Nice, Fern. Congrats on getting your crafters up there. Because that means that this, when we take off of that splitter and go down there, we split into the 8 belts that we need over here. This splitter goes over and it just connects that way, so they really aren't going to run into each other if we do that. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so we're going to do that. Never mind. All right, this hypertube's got to eat my ass. Goodbye. We'll make a new one with blackjack and hookers. Okay, So we don't need you as either. You can go away. Don't worry, we'll fix the tube later. For now, this is what we're looking at. Actually, I think that what we're going to do is have a big hallway that goes in between here. So here's what's going to happen, okay? You might not like it, okay? But this is what peak performance in this game looks like. This is the left edge of our hallway here. Which means we're probably going to build a stairway up here since we have some extra space. Maybe put down a couch, you know, a vending machine or two, a fountain or two. I think that'd be good. Put some statues over here and have some nice sections. Maybe we'll have like a full stair column right there just to the lower levels if we want to. This is just a really good spot to put something extra because we're going to route our hallway this way. We'll do glass foundation here to the right. So our big halls are going to be 3 wide. Can you make do with 7 or go 9 instead? That would allow us to keep a square base. I don't know. We're not worried about it being square. We just want to pack things in as rectangularly as possible. We don't want to have like this little node here, this carousel, that carousel's on the other side, the same side, and we got just random long thing in the middle. I don't want to build a dick tower. I kind of want to build a dick tower, but we're not going to build a dick tower. Because we have this over here, and maybe we can do like another vertical access hatch over there, and maybe we build a bigger carousel. We probably build an XL carousel for the iron ingot because of how much it's going to have to pull off of it. We add another 2 nodes, so it's 6 nodes instead of 4. Because with this, we only need 4 nodes, so it's going to be a small carousel. But we could do a big carousel over here, probably with the tier 2 loaders as well. Yeah, the multiplayer server is the one where we build the dick tower. But here, we're going to try and actually stick to TOS as much as possible. We're gonna at least try. We're gonna make the attempt, okay? So that inevitably, when we get banned, we can at least say that we did our best, you know. All right, here we go. I gotta say, you guys are an absolute pleasure to stream for. I've not had this much streaming in a very long time. I just want to thank all y'all for spending your time here, whether you're watching here live or on YouTube. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. I'm having an absolute blast with this game, and you guys are making it even better. Fucking food plant. Walking in the middle of foundations can help place faster. In what way, Crash? Let me try. Walking in the middle. Why? Oh, yeah, because it tries to place it on the side. I see there. So it's almost like there's a tic-tac-toe board within the foundation that if you're looking at it, it's going to like try to place above. If you're in that quadrant, it's going to place probably in front or to the left. I'm not sure. There we go. I do have a dildo gun. I guess that's fair, Flat Rice. I never thought in my life a spiky piece of rebar would be considered a dildo gun, but it is 2020 whatever. That totally hit, by the way. Pioneers make do. Do they? Fucking pioneers are kinky fuckers, aren't they? We did establish that you guys are all masochists, though, already. Fix it does not waste. Oh, God. Yeah, we're almost certainly going to do stairs up and down here, just to be able to have an access hatch. Because that's going to be full wall right there. We don't need that for anything else. Okay, we will also have... So we know that the wall's going to go here, so we can go ahead and place some walls here. We know that that's going to be a normal one. We know that that's going to be a door here. For now, we'll just rotate it. I know the door's not on the right side because it's going to put the outside in. But for now, that's going to have to be enough. And we know that now we can mark this off as this is the grid corner for this section. Which means that this will also be the grid corner for this section. So... we will also do a catwalk on this side as well. I see no reason not to do one on either side. Really, we just need to do the corners just so that they can be marked. Just do the corners real quick. Thanks for the eyedropper, dude. So good. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just so much nicer. Gotcha. Gotcha, Crash. Thanks for the tip, man. We will use the tic-tac-toe scenario to our advantage. Okay, there we go. And zoop. Nice. Very good. Now we just collect elevators just in and out. Like this becomes, I kind of want to put a window right there. I feel like a window could be really good there. I'd love to have a door with window. That would be nice. You can use an eyedropper, then hold E to get the alternative versions of the same building. Oh wow, look at that. That's great. It's a lot of keystrokes to remember, but we'll figure it out. What am I doing? Why? Okay. So we've got this basic infrastructure, at least partially set up here. We are not going to use power poles in the building. We will not use them at all. We will be using the ports. We'll be using the wall plugs, which I'm very excited to get to use, the outlets. And that's going to be cool. I'm very excited for that. I hope you know that. Okay. So, we could actually probably put in these 3 foundations again. So I want to kind of do that. I want to have foundations everywhere that we can. And then the foundations are gone in areas where we don't need them. And that's pretty much it. Actually, I think right here's a good point to do stairs up and down too, just to give ourselves more access. I mean, anytime that we can have more access around is going to be good. Let me go ahead and get the stairs, because there have been like 50 bajillion fucking times that I have fallen and not been able to get up. And it's been really, really sad. There we go. And then, as we described, we put a ladder from the very top section all the way down to the bottom. And that's it. There we go. There we go. Now, if that don't make you happy, I don't know what will. No, not fucking glory holes, Umbreon. What is wrong with you? Oh yeah, we need to do walls in here. We need to do walls in here. There's a door right here. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but if we do a left door. Oh man. Okay, hold on. You're gonna have to bear with me and let me have some fun here, okay? I mean, because this is just fucking cool. Because then we go in here and we're right up to the next level. Like, we don't need doors in here, but I think that these access areas should be walled. Just for the funsies. I'm tempted to leave a door on this. I'm tempted to put a door right there just so I can slide through onto the ladder. Fuck it, this is my factory, okay? Fuck OSHA, fuck Ada. This is my factory. Okay, and like that's enough for now. So good. Yes! We are going for a more open concept, yeah. But for at least right here, I like the idea that these stairwells have these closed things in here, because I want to put a light at the top, and that's it. Our factory, comrade. I suppose that's right, Blood. This is our factory. Comrade. We share. Okay, are we good here? Especially we could build our fleets of elevators down and then start worrying about the splitting. But I also think that we could just start building our get the space ready for. Oh no! Well, okay. Well, this is our life now. I just want you to know. I accepted it on the way down. About halfway down, I was okay with it. Oh. Oh shit! I have to push a button to respawn. I'm waiting for a respawn timer. Well, how to build? Okay, could we build a quick power tube down there? Kind of build a kind of, you know, we could probably make a parachute or something. Or, no, Okay, I think I know what to do. I think I know the answer. I know the answer. I gotta check a couple things out though. Just real quick. If you move forward, you could have fallen into the tube and been sucked in and not die. I don't think I'd have been sucked in because there was no entrance down there. There was no entrance on that part. Because I thought about it, but it didn't look like it was going to work. Okay. Doop-doop. Yeah, unfortunately, no, in that case. It's only one more thing I need. And then we'll be able to fall for free. And forever. Look at that speedrun strat, using the belts as a momentum increaser. Yeah, this suck will not save us, will not save our life in this singular occasion. Normally it does. All right. What? Oh. What? Did I not pick up? Oh, it's Rotor. Fuck, I'm dumb. Did I just lose who's that Pokemon in this game? Okay. Yeah, I did, by the way. Lose who's that Pokemon. I was never good at it as a kid either. Because I never saw it. And then by the time I realized what I was looking at, the answer was coming up and I just got frustrated. Okay, yeah, you. It's Clefairy. Fuck! Classic. Anyway. Hi-ho, Silver. Away! Take the ramp. Take the ramp. Not that way. Oh, fuck. We're fine, though. Yep. We've known this thing as the Ankle Saver 69 before. Where the fuck is my precious, adorable little, supple, probably still warm and juicy body? There it is. Cool. Now to get back up and never do that again. I got rid of all my fucking jump pads. Okay. I gotta run over here just so I can... It's only gonna dump me out back where I was. Oh my god. I've made a mistake. I've made a mistake. Okay. Bear with me. I've got to do some dumb shit since I took away all my scaffolding, thinking that I would never need it again, like a fool. Ladders? Just 12 ladders? Oh shit, 1 ladder. This is so much nicer than having to build the, those fucking things. Can I get a ladder all the way down here? I'm gonna have to build 2. I'll build 2 ladders. Come here. Oh, you can just stack them. Beautiful. I love science. No, I didn't want to actually get off the ladder. Jesus, fuck. If you look... I didn't know this. If I look away from the ladder, I will, in fact, throw myself off it at terminal velocity. I didn't know that. I learned something today. Something I did not want to know. I'm not going to make that jump. Fuck, at least I didn't die. Fuck. This is a dangerous game. I don't need biters to get killed constantly. All it turns out is gravity will do the trick for me. I don't need anybody's help, man. I can get myself killed just fine. Okay, yeah, only while moving. I was holding W to keep going up, but this is the only game I've ever had where if you're looking and pressing W, it actually does move you off of a ladder. I've never seen that before. Not complaining. Kind of complaining, but not really. I do appreciate that this is still here. I gotta get rid of it though, because I will be tempted to use it, even though there's nowhere to jump. Nowhere to safely land. I do love that we have our dunk pool right there. Every time we want to get down there. Okay. Let's get back to work, yo. We got shit to do. You know, early on I was like, yeah, no, let's get Caterium done. That's not what happened at all. Caterium was not done. In fact, Caterium wasn't even fucking started. We decided that we were going to refactor all of our iron, and we've accomplished some of that so far. But this space is really open because if we end up using tractors or trains or something, I like the idea of potentially using tractors at some point down here, but I do like having these big open hallways because I think this is just going to be like a big cathedral window section there at the end. Like we could do that right here unless we could decide to go this way, which we may end up going this way for something. I doubt it. We will have another solid row there on that side, but then having a big window full of walls could be good. I've only managed to refactor my ankles. Hey, fuck you, Blood Lad. Trains will not fit my hallway. I love that. I love knowing that I got a big fucking girthy, thick train coming in the future. That's good to know. Yeah, but like trains will be for a transport depot. We'll have a loading and unloading facility at the very bottom of the factory. Okay, off we go, dude. We are going to build this thing in a square. We're not going to have jagged outputs. Or corners or anything like that.
And we won't have any problems.
That's right. No problems. Only solutions. And medical bills. Lots of medical bills. Okay, so we are going to put another smelting array right over here, and because we've built this where it's dolphin diving underneath, like, we're going to be able to see some of the belts coming across, and that's cute. I think that's cute. That's why I wanted to have glass in here, so I could see that the veins are still down there and pumping. But that everything is going to be closed off behind these walls, and we basically just build a strip mall for ourselves. It's going to be good. Track will fit, but the platforms are huge. Cool. Bloodlad says that they're too tall and too wide. We'll have to see them once we start getting trains up. I'm very excited for them, though. I kind of, personally, I like the idea of them being fucking massive. Because space is not going to be an issue for us. I'm planning to build big and have things just sprawled out, you know. I'm fine with that. I think the bigger they are, the more impressive they're going to be. Then again, I'm a guy, so kind of predictable, aren't I? Anyway, let's build our smelting array. We know that we're going to have this coming across here. And I do want to have a walkway that goes around the outside. Fuck you! I do want to have an array that goes around the outside, that we have basically a balcony on the outset, on the outer edge of the facility. That way we always have a way to walk around a particular room or building. I'm going to call them rooms. We can walk around the outside of individual rooms as needed. Don't worry. We're going to pave over all this eventually anyway. This went dry. Why? Is it disconnected? What happened to you? Who hurt you? That's weird. That should be connected. Is all of this disconnected? It doesn't look like it. It should be all connected. The fuck? Nope, don't suck me. Here we go. This is all connected. Oh, that makes sense, Blood Lad. Yeah, if the bigger objects like the Space Needle have been difficult to place just because of the... Maybe when I deleted the hypertube, it got rid of power. You think so? Oh, you know what? I disconnected the power to the miner. That's all that was disconnected. Get back to work, bitch! Okay, we're good. Good observation. Good observation. So this will be used to go outside. So we know that this is going to be the corner of our smelting area. So let's put a door here, which will go outside to a catwalk. Let's also have a door here. There's no reason to do that. We'll do a solid wall here. All of this foundation will get removed to put the smelters on the next row. We'll build a catwalk along here just like we've done there. We're going to copy this, rotate it, and slap it here is what we're going to do. Okay. Foundations are going to be needed at least for here. The smelters go here. Then they dolphin dive underneath. This is going to be used to contain the building. So we'll have a catwalk here, and then this is the outside. This is our balcony right here. So we will build this all the way down. I only have 19 left, so we're going to build the essentials real quick. This is so fucking dangerous, dude. I really don't want to die. I probably should get a parachute, but I constantly, whenever I jump, I'm spamming the space bar, and we built 5 parachutes thinking we were a genius, and then I blew them all within 10 minutes, which I'm prone to do with anything that will let me. And then we ended up with no parachutes, and I haven't made any more because the fabric is kind of a pain in the ass to make, in that I can't automate it forever, so it requires attention, which is, you know, horrible. I'm just 2 tickets short, man. Do I know about slide jumps? If it's going to be some clever game mechanic that will allow me to inadvertently avoid fall damage, or deliberately avoid fall damage, I don't think I want that. I tend to play pretty kosher with games. I really like to showcase the game as it is. Just general information, not necessarily responding to you, Crash. But I, in general, really prefer to just play games as they're designed for the most part. 5, 6, 7, 8. It does not do that. It makes you run faster. Oh, yeah, so it's kind of like bunny hopping. I can see that. What's the button? C? Oh. Oh, yeah, I've seen this before. I bet we look so good right now. Yeah, you can stack up the initial... I bet you can, because this game has a lot of... Yeah, it has a lot of momentum keeping, because you are properly... Listen, a lot of games that have player movement, in 3D games, you're not meant to code things where you just control their velocity. You're not supposed to just set velocity. You're supposed to impact them with an amount of force that will allow them to keep going. And if you do that right, you do get some interesting mechanics where your character can get and maintain and eventually even continue to have an addition of momentum over time, and this game does that well. Any game that does their movement controls correctly will have those mechanics. It's a mark of a well-programmed physics system. There we go. There we go. Bloodlad, dude. You won't get off my ass. Listen, I only fell like a few times, okay? And those were purely for demonstration purposes. Okay, cool. So now we can build the, this is 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes, 8. Okay, so now we can do the walls. We are out of concrete, who knew? But are we really out of concrete, or are we simply out of concrete? Wait a minute. Does this... Can this floor rotate? Because I want that beam to be... No. Okay. Now that I've noticed it, I have a problem with it. I don't know if I can rotate the glass floor. But I like that this beam runs down the center. You can rotate it. Okay, so I probably need to redo all those glass things. We'll let the corners be whatever. But I like having this go down the line. All right, cool. Back up to 500. With everything really kind of taking 6, I kind of wish that we had like either 420 or 600 for the platforms. Not even memeing, but... Or is it 480? I can't remember. 480 or 600, something like that. All right, let's finish our foundations here. Man, just how much easier it'd be. Just control, drag, and then it just to right there. We'd create all of those foundations in a rectangle. It would be so nice. Okay. And let's do our doors for the catwalks. Love that I can build this far away. It's so nice. I know I'm still using the nasty menu, okay? Just fucking bear with me, okay? Life is hard. Okay. Cool, and then we can build our smelters here. We need to do the platform underneath, of course. But, oh, fuck off. We'll probably end up having to redo these later if we decide that we want, like, those nubbins to be on the outside or the inside. I don't really care right now. But in the future, we will care. I know that I want stairs probably up and down here. This right here is just a stairwell down to get inside this area for whatever reason if we want to. But the other stairs over here will actually go properly down multiple floors. This will be a major access hatch. Cool. Very excited about that. So let's get our foundation set up down underneath so that we can have a safe section. Always practice safe sectioning whenever possible. Look, the glass is just so nice. It's going to give us a little bit of light because we're going to let the light travel through. Like, we're not going to build a fucking cave for ourselves, man. It's going to be good. Dude, imagine a floor that had elevator ports. Imagine a floor with elevator ports, just one in each of the 4 corners. I mean, that would be perfect. Then we could properly section everything in our base off. That would be very nice. Okay, let's just see how far this needs to go. We will do the balcony on every level, of course. We will be effectively building big cubes. I don't think we're going to do anything like a ziggurat where the bottom layers are bigger, or a pyramid or anything like that. We're not going to do any of those structures. We're just going to build them as big boxes. But they're going to be catwalks on the outside of every layer. So it's hopefully going to look really nice from the outside. There's going to be some greeble effect going on there with the fact that we have those catwalks. It's not just going to be a big old monolithic box. No cave, Fern. No cave. No cave. There we go. Good deal. You wonder how nice it would look if the pole under the glass floor runs in the middle all the way. Yeah, just like that. I mean, I would love... I mean, it just looks so nice to me. I think it just looks so nice that I can see the sky. We can just always see what's going on in the above level, and we can always see what's going on at the lower level, too, once we put glass in here, too. Because I'd like for this layer to have glass as well, just because it's going to have this, and just try to keep as many vertical light shafts as possible throughout the entire thing. I mean, that would just be really cool. But yeah, we need to rotate these so that the line goes down the center, because I think this just looks really neat when it lines up down the middle. Like, obviously, the corners will be fucked, but that's okay. Okay, we can, yeah, go ahead and fill this out the rest of the way. This is the hallway, and then we need a catwalk, because we are going to build a wall along this, but we'll do the catwalk later. For now, let's just get this set up. Let's go ahead and do our outer box, which we're going to need to go back and grab some more. God damn it, you're such a dick, dude. Stop. It's not that much of a window between I'm going to place this above and I'm going to place this off into fucking Narnia down there. There we go. Looking good. Because eventually, if we do decide that though this is going to be the bottom layer, with the train station being as apparently large as it is, I think that we're going to actually just use the pillars and maybe do 4 or 5 different layers that are just open in order to facilitate that shipping in and out. Because we're probably going to have 2 stations, one that's for delivery, inbound and outbound station. But they're probably going to need to be on circuits, and I don't know if this is possible, that they come in, they deposit, just like they do in Factorio, and then they go out on a loop, which would be very good. Because we would just have a circuit that's inbound. We'll have another circuit that's only outbound. So that'll be good. Flat. Yeah, no, I've thought that a couple times too, every time I say catwalk. I'm too sexy for my ankles, apparently. That fucking song. Who authorized that song? Seriously. Was that the 90s or was it early 2000s? I can't remember. There's a lot of cursed shit that came out of that era. What was the loop question again? So I want to know how trains operate. Don't blue screen me. If I'm ever about to draw on the screen and you see the stream drop, 99%, by the way, it's because I got a blue screen due to pressing a button I shouldn't have on my stream deck. In which case I'll be back as soon as I restart my PC. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. If I disappear randomly, I'm coming back. Okay, so I need to know if trains, well, really both. Can trains operate on a monorail where they go both directions so that they get to a station and then they just go back between the two? I also want to know if I have 2 stations like this, can I have it on a single direction where it then does this? I want to know if trains can do A, B, or both. Because that's going to determine how I set up my stations at the bottom. They could do monotrack, needs to place locomotives in opposite directions. You could do number 2 too. Okay, so I could do both A and B. The beautiful thing about B is that I can theoretically put as many individual cars as I want on the rail because they'll never collide. A track like this, the A track can only ever have 1 unit on it. I cannot increase the throughput without adding more lines. I have to add a whole new line to add a singular second cart, unless we're able to do track merging like this. Trains don't have collisions right now anyway. Well, that's good to know, but I'm also going to pretend that they do. So I also need to know, just real quick for my own sanity, are there splits and junctions on rails? Can we do really nice multi-track drifting with our trains? Is that a thing? Because I'm a train fan in Factorio, and anyone who's played that game knows that you can... It's probably the biggest mind fuck of almost any video game experience is trying to figure out Factorio trains for the first time. You could do lap? Okay. Okay, so next content update, you think they're going to get more train stuff. Okay, so they're pretty rudimentary right now, which is fine. We only need the very basics, which is to be able to do a loop train. A loop track is all we need. If we have a loop track, we can do that. We can work with that. It's fine. Okay. But you can do them. You can do split rails. That's interesting. Cool. So we've got this partially done. Did I go back and get my... Did I actually grab the thing? No, I got distracted. Right now you can split and merge with trains. Ooh, interesting. Okay. That's convenient too. That's going to be very nice. We're probably going to have a Grand Central Station in the middle. And how that's... Don't crash me. Okay, we're good. What that's going to do is, like, if we have our four main towers, let's just say that we have 4 towers. It really doesn't matter how many towers we have. Actually, it does. It matters a lot how many towers we have. Actually, no, it doesn't. Never mind. I'm a genius. We're going to have a roundabout. Right in the middle. We're going to have a roundabout for all of our rails. Right in the middle of all of our towers. Everything will track into the roundabout, and then when it needs to go, it will then just come off and go to another section. So we'll have the roundabout that does this, of course, as roundabouts do. And then you'll come in like this. A nice train roundabout. It's going to be good. Yeah, I'm going to plan for collision too. In the future, I mean, roundabouts are good for dual track, but it just gives us the most versatility that every train can determine where it needs to go. In Factorio, you use rails to make sure that a train will not enter this section of rail until it's clear. Is basically how that works. If we don't have anything like that here, then we're probably going to do where each line is set up specifically to go. We're probably going to have a line that is from here to here, a line that is from here to here, a line that is from here to here, and then vice versa. For now, that's probably what we'll do. Is we'll just have 2 lines. That's why the layers that are going to be the depots are going to have 6 stations. For every tower, we're adding two 6 train stations. If we do 4 towers, I think we're really only going to end up doing 3 towers maybe. But there's still a lot of stations. Train spirals and junctions in this game can be very satisfactory. Ooh. But we'll see when we get there. But that's kind of the idea moving forward, is that we're going to have an individual station for I'm delivering from this place, taking out of this place. Because until we have filters on lines, we have to be deterministic. We have to know that we are delivering specifically this right here to this position. But what we're going to be doing is taking base materials. If I need anything made of copper over here, we're going to have to produce it from raw copper ore or ingots. We're only going to be moving ingots and raw resources around. We're not going to be, as far as I know, I mean, maybe we will, maybe we'll do copper wire somewhere else, you know? We'll do all the copper wire over in the copper tower, and then we'll have a train that's for copper wire to come over here. But I feel like unless we get some kind of smart logistics, it's going to be a fucking nightmare to handle how that's going to work. We would need smart filters to handle that. Okay, let's go ahead and get some... No, we needed to do foundations. Hold on. What? I still didn't grab the... Fuck's sake. I was sure I picked up a stack. We were standing on it. It was like, yep, got a stack. Let's go back. That was the whole point. Okay. Anyway. Off we go. I could drop down safely TM right here. This is pretty good. Fuck, never mind. It's horrible. The placing of foundations while you're moving is awful. So if I can do something like this, then I'm very happy. That's why, okay, I think in the future we're going to keep doing this where I'm going to do the outer perimeter of whatever section I want filled in, and then I'm just going to do this, because this is not only a lot faster, but it's also safer. Because you know, my ankles cannot get destroyed if I'm not moving. So that's pretty good. Especially with how beautiful the lighting engine is in this game, I think not incorporating windows and not incorporating pretty sections into your base and not putting windows in is kind of stupid. Kind of stupid. That's true. Chargers would break my ankles even without me moving. That's fair. Shouldn't the glass run similarly on the lower floors? That's going to be kind of the idea of flat rice noodle. Is that I want to try and overlap these hallways as much as I can, but the hallways will be determined by the space in between these guys. So it's not really something I can choose for the most part. It's going to end up being what it's going to be. We're going to have a bunch of windows on the sides too. We're just going to put as much of the wall of glass as we possibly can. Okay. Ah, you can control the sorted input by only putting one item per card. That's exactly what we would do. Thank you, Crash. That's so good. That's great. Yeah. No, we can make that. We'll have to really see how that works before we fully engage it. But yeah, no, that's going to be the answer almost certainly. There we go. Other way. Pretty sure that's how we want that. Okie dokie. 3, 4, 5. If these get off by one, it'd be so fucking sad. 6, 7. What's next, chat? Oh, fuck. That's right. Oh, fuck. There we go. We did it. Okay, so these guys are in. Power will be connected underneath, by the way, as well. Okay, cool. And that's good. So that's the input side. Last one's offset. Hey, go fuck yourself. It is. Damn it. Fuck me then, I guess. Hold on. This, you. It actually was. I'm angry. Okay, perfect. We get our Twitch chat quality control, man. Okay, we're good there. Let's just go to the side here and see if we can see anything off. The power poles there will be, not the power poles, but the lights will help us see. Everything's lined up. Nice. Good deal. Okay, so now we are ready to actually connect these guys. Interesting. Yeah, sushi belts. That's kind of what we should call these, Crash, right? These carousels, they're sushi belts. So flat rights, the reason that we're having multiple towers, and I refer to them as towers, it's not quadrants. Like this whole platform I'm building right now is just one tower. This is just the iron tower and steel tower, because we're going to put steel probably on the lower floor. We're going to have a copper tower over here, and we're going to ultimately route all copper on the map into this tower. All iron will be routed onto this tower. And we'll have a Caterium tower probably somewhere over there. All Caterium on the map will be routed into there. And then if for whatever reason I'm building what I think will probably happen is we have another tower. The fourth tower will probably be our central complex materials tower that requires more than just one base material. If it needs both iron and copper, it will probably be in that other tower, that fourth tower, that pulls from the iron, pulls from the copper. So all mono iron resources, everything that's made only from iron will be made over here. Everything that's made only from copper will be made over there. Everything that's made only from Caterium will be in the Caterium tower over there. And then we will have the complex materials tower. Sulfur, bauxite, and uranium. I haven't seen bauxite, haven't seen uranium, but we'll probably have individual towers for those as well. And we'll just do the same thing where we have a train that goes from them and goes to a central mega tower somewhere, maybe over on there, maybe over on the ocean. We have, unlimited vertical flat space to be able to build on that we can route all coal over there, make it into a power tower. That's probably what this will become, is a power tower. Where we just do verticality. From this, we just keep building stacks of 8 and 8 and 8 up and forever, and we just end up building a city like that. I don't know, man. It sounds really good to me. But that's the idea, is that we can make this tower that's a focused production of a single base material, and that if anything needs any of those base materials, zoop, they get trained out. They go on to train out. Alternative recipes only change the configuration of what we're pulling in from where, but it doesn't actually change what we're producing. Because even if we do the alternative wire, because we have two ways to make copper wire right now. We can do iron wire. Takes out iron, it creates copper wire. Creates wire, okay? Or we can make it out of copper. Doesn't matter where that comes from. If a machine needs wire, we simply change its inflow to come either from the iron tower or it comes from the copper tower. And we can choose either. But I think every time we get a recipe set up, we're going to make a facility that uses that recipe. And then we're just going to have both going, and they'll both output to a similar output, to whatever the resulting material is. They'll both go into a wire depository, a wire carousel, wherever that is. I think it'd probably be in the copper tower, but we'll probably end up refactoring things again in the future, which is why I'm not too serious about saying, like, on the next floor down, this has to be a hallway, because if I end up refactoring this where this needs to be 10, we're probably going to end up wiping this entire floor in this tower and redoing it again. And I'm okay with that. I think that's part of the fun of the game. Okay, so we want to... I do want to build the catwalk here. I do want to build the catwalk. We're also not committing to anything, really, right now. We're going with the flow. We're building things that make sense to build right now, and we're not worried too much about anything. Let me figure out where the middle is right now. You'll do fuel power before the coal tower, unless you can count the 96 coal gen tower I have in my current playthrough. What do you think so? Fuel +1 for Blood Lad. I'm honestly thinking that we have enough coal immediately available that I could get... Like, if we get tier 2 miners fully overclocked for all of that coal, we do a tier 2 mine over here overclocking that for, 240 going into here. We've only got 120 going in, so we could do 16 coal plants off of one here, and then we do another 16. We'll have 32 coal plants outputting. We're using 8 right now. We could quadruple our current power output on our current technology. And it wouldn't really cost us much either to do. I don't see any reason for us to not just continue just expanding coal power. I mean, we did the math earlier, and it was pretty satisfactory, I would say. Hold on. I'm supposed to say 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to get a T-junction catwalk right here in the middle, honestly, but it's not going to let me do that, is it? It's going to have to be one of these two. So let's pick our T-junction and do it right here. And then we'll build our wall along here. Probably windows, honestly. We'll just do a windowed wall here. And then I do want to do the walkways, though. I want to get these going. Fuck off. Why? Why would you ever want to do that? Why? Stop it. Oh my god, I hate you. Not the foundation, just the walkway. Just the one criminal scum walkway. There we go. 32 is... It's 32 for now, though. Yeah, it's 32 for now, though. Every time we find more coal, we're going to be able to expand it out. I mean, by a factor of 16 per. And that's for every normal is going to be adding 16. Yeah, if we're having to use more pumps, it's fine. But each pump right now is only taking 15. So we're actually getting 60 megawatts out from every... No, we're getting 135. Because we're doing currently one pump. Let's go look at it. Let's take a look at our math again. Let's take a look at our deficit. We're doing right now one pump per 2 factories. One pump takes 15. Each one produces 75, so it's 150 minus 15, so it's 135 megawatts out overall profit, minus the cost of the overclocked miner, which I need to check. Water needs pipe pump to travel vertically. Oh yeah, no. Sorry, no, you're right. In my mouth, I said coal tower. In my brain, what I meant was coal platform. To avoid verticality, for the exact reason is that we don't want to have to power a pump. if at all possible. If we could just have this go directly in there, that's good, and we don't need to worry about that. But not necessarily building it over water, putting the next one maybe right there and the next one next to it over here. Maybe not right there, but basically redoing this exact design, doing it again right there, doing another one right there and out this way, and just keep routing all of our coal this way. Or just further down the river. I mean, that's kind of the idea, because I do like the idea that this is just a cute, 8, and we can split off the 240 line. So it's 120 right there, and then do 120 right over here, and do another line like this, or just over there. I do like that idea. Eventually, I'd like to have a mega facility where we can find an altitude, probably down here, where we could just build our power out fucking forever over this lake, and just build this exact kind of setup, just on a platform that goes like that off to the horizon. Just go, my son, just go. Because we'll have the room to be able to do sidelines there, because I don't want to keep this here forever. I think this is an eyesore. I'd like to keep the natural terrain as much as possible. And really protect that, and build train tracks. I really don't want to have spaghetti belts out in the wild. I really want to keep belts as locked down from drill to train station that goes to a tower. And then inside the tower, belts return again. But the more I can hide belts, the more I can hide the circuitry, the better I feel about the factory. I think it's better organized. To me, it's better looking. And I just enjoy seeing that sort of thing. Okay, so yeah, this is good. It doesn't have to be exactly even. That is, somewhere around the middle is good enough for me. Okay, so we've got that set up. Let's go ahead and get our walkway through here as well. We'll do it like this. One of these will need to get replaced. We'll figure out which one that is. This guy? Let's make it standardized, whatever we do. We'll do a T-junction. Oh, T-crossing is at the top. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's going to be plenty of room for us to be able to do that thing out there. I mean, verticality isn't a problem for the belts. We don't have to power the elevators or anything. There's no power deficit doing that. But yeah, as far as this is concerned, we want to build laterally, not vertically, especially because I kind of just like seeing the rows, I like seeing the rows. I do think that when we do this, we're going to do the back-to-back design, though, because I think that's cute. I think that's really cute. Build a centralized fleet of just calculating how many of these we're going to need. Though I do like the idea of, there are 2 right here, and they face the pump, and then we just get this a lot more compact. Pump next to pump next to pump. Yeah, I think it could be really good, but that's a much future project. It's a much future project. Okay. For now, we're just trying to get this guy to function. Getting these walkways is not necessary, but it is going to make me feel better knowing that they're there. Hey, Aussie Ben, how you doing, man? 1, 2, 3, 4, right in the middle. We'll do right here. We'll mirror. It's good to see you, brother. We don't need to build a door, but we do need to do this. I'm getting used to it, Chad. I'm getting used to the controls. 3 pumps can power 8 plants with correct configuration. That's what I've heard, Sith, and we've talked about that. My concern for extending that out is that 3 can power 8? Yeah, 3 can power 8. That's right, because these produce 150, and each of these requires... No, they produce 120, and each of these requires 50. So we end up with a spare 20 if we don't overclock it. I opted to save the power cores for now, and then we were doing 2 to 1 and underclocking them. But what we would end up doing is having 3 pumps producing 360 and only needing... No, not 360. It's 120 times 3. Yeah, 360. And then 8 of these plants requiring 400. No. 360. 24, 32. 32. 360, really? Hold the fucking phone. I'm too fucking dumb for this. 50 times 8 is 400. Generators need 40. Is this a multiplayer game? Yes. The generators need 45. 45! Oh, I see. Okay. 45, not 50. I don't know why I had it in my head that they were 50. Because I know that it lines up, but the math wasn't lining up with 50. No, it's 45. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And then it perfectly lines up at 360 once you do 8. Yeah, perfect. That's great. Thanks, Sith, and thanks, guys. Appreciate that. No, that's wonderful. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I had just fucking forgot. Oh no, we're not playing multiplayer right now. This is a single player 3 right now. We will do a multiplayer run in the future at some point. Maybe once it's more stable. Yeah, this instance is single player, but in the future we're definitely going to play multiplayer. But this is my first playthrough, and I really want to play it solo. I have avoided looking at this game for years because in order to not spoil myself. But I'm a big fan of Factory games, and I've saved it specifically so that I could play it live for you guys. And here we are. Yeah, that's the idea, Crash. Is we'll have 8 lined up to we'll butterfly it. We'll have 8. Cold Jennies, 1 pump. 8 cold Jennies, 1 pump on the other side. It'll be really good. No, it's not fucking 10 o'clock. Eat my ass. Fuck. I'm angry. I'm angry. Ugh. It's 10 o'clock, dude. I'm fucking angry. I just want to play more. I have to keep a schedule, though. I have actual IRL work that I have to do. Fuck. I'm so angry. We're just going to have to do more bonus streams. They're just going to have to do more bonus streams, chat.